Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friend. This video is on April 25 transit and consequent prediction. It will be for all the 12 ascendants, right from Aries till Pisces, and it is going to be quite in detail. The icing on the cake will be the analysis around the supportive dates and also the dates to be avoided, right? And those dates are not going to be copied and pasted from any website on internet. It will be based on the analysis and a lot of research, a lot of practical application over the years, right? So let's do the mantras and then start the video. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vyam Ved Vyasaya Namah Om Gurve Namah. I'm feeling great now. So let's start the video. Before I begin with Aries ascendant, let us try to analyze the position of planets, how it will be in the beginning of the month of April and how it will unfold towards the end of April, because that will give us a good idea how the planets are positioned across different houses, across different nakshatras, and that before we start even analyzing them. Yeah. So begin with Sun as always. It's most important planet to begin with. Sun will be beginning on the 1st of April, Sun will be in the sign of Pisces, along with 4 other planets. Yes, Saturn would have been transited by now, and Rahu, then Mercury and Venus. Sun will be 4 other planets in Pisces, and Sun will be in the nakshatra of Revati, lorded by Mercury, right? So on around 14th of April, Sun will move from Pisces to Aries in the nakshatra of Ashwini, lorded by Ketu. Okay, that's the position of Sun. Till the end of April, Sun will be in the sign of Pisces in Ashwini Nakshatra. Then Moon. Now, Moon, beginning April, Moon will be in, I'll not talk about, so Rashis you can talk. Moon will be in the sign of Aries, right? But Moon keeps moving Rashis with an interval of 2 to 3 days, right? And by the end of April, Moon will be in the sign of Taurus, exalted. So it said, all is well when ends well. So Moon will be exalted by the time we going to end the month of April. That's fantastic. Now the next planet will be Mercury, okay? Or Mars. Let's go by weekday order. So Mars, beginning April, will be in the sign of Gemini, right? And on around 3rd of April, it will move from Gemini to Cancer, but it will be in the same nakshatra. In Gemini, it will be in Punarvasu nakshatra, lorded by Jupiter, 3rd pada. And on 3rd April, when it moves to Cancer, it will continue to be in Punarvasu nakshatra, lorded by Jupiter, but in the 4th pada, last pada, right? And on around 12th of April, Mars will move from Punarvasu to Pushya nakshatra, which will be lorded by Saturn. So that brings us to a very good, a very important Jyotish principle. So till about 11th of April, Mars will be in the nakshatra of Punarvasu, Jupiter. So the relationship of Mars and Jupiter, natural level, Naisargic relationship, I always look at that, is friendly. So the results will be in a specific direction, right? But after 12th of April, when Mars will move on to Pushya Nakshatra, lorded by Saturn. So Mars and Saturn, they actually can initiate Yama Yoga. So the outcome or the results given by Mars, basis the lordship, basis the Karakatva, basis the conjunction aspect, whatever connection you can think of or you can evaluate, are going to be different, right? Okay, very basic level of analysis, sure. So after Mars, so we come to Mercury. So Mercury will be in the sign of Pisces throughout the month of April, but it will keep flipping between nakshatra, it will keep changes between retrograde and direct. So to begin with the month of April, Mercury will be retrograde and it will be in the nakshatra of Uttar Bhadrapada, lorded by Saturn, right? And on around 4th of April, it will actually get into the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada, lorded by Jupiter, 4th pada. Because in Pisces, Purva Bhadrapada only has one pada, which is the 4th pada of Purva Bhadrapada. Now that 4th pada of Purva Bhadrapada, that is the dungeon. That is the nakshatra where the entire game is happening. I'll explain in a while as I move forward. So around 4th of April, it will get into that, and it will move backward. It is retrograde, Mercury. By the time it is about to enter into Aquarius, it will become direct on around 8th of April, I believe. Yeah, somewhere around 8th of April, it will become direct. So it doesn't get into Aquarius, it will start moving forward, right? And it will continue to move forward. And after a couple of days, it actually moves into, again, Uttar Bhadrapad Nakshatra, lorded by Saturn, but stay in Pisces throughout the month of April. Yeah. So after Mercury, we get into Jupiter. So Jupiter will be in the sign of Taurus throughout the month of April. The difference is around 11th of April. So till 11th of April, about Jupiter will be in the nakshatra of Rohini, Moon. Fabulous Jupiter Moon combination. Yeah. And after about mid of April, it will move from Rohini to Mrigashira nakshatra, lorded by Mars. That's a big change from Jupiter's perspective. Yeah. Okay. After Jupiter, we have Venus. Now Venus again will continue to be in Pisces sign throughout the month of April. It will not change sign, and it will begin its journey in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, lorded by Jupiter, and that's the place where the game is happening. Yeah, because Mercury also touched Purva Bhadrapada for a few days. Venus will be there for about 25 odd days in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, and on about mid-April, and Venus will become direct. Yeah, about 14th of April, so, and that's a good thing. And after Venus, if we speak about Saturn, as you know, about on 29th of March or so, Saturn is getting into Pisces sign. So Saturn will continue to be in Pisces sign throughout the month of April. And Saturn will continue to be in, not exactly, it will, for about 27 odd days, Saturn will be in the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada, lorded by Jupiter. Now that's a great thing, because as I explained earlier, Jupiter and Saturn considers each other neutral. So for those 25-27 days, the result of Saturn shall be mild, I will say. It will not be that challenging. But after 27th April, when Saturn will move into Uttar Bhadrapada Nakshatra, lorded by Saturn. So that is again not a very bad thing, because Saturn is getting into the nakshatra lorded by Saturn himself. So that's a good thing. But compared to when it was in Jupiter's nakshatra, that was a different ballgame altogether. Okay, that was Saturn. And Rahu, after Saturn we talk about Rahu. Rahu will continue to be in Pisces sign throughout the month of April, and will continue to be in throughout the month Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 4th Pada. Okay, I'll come back to this nakshatra in a moment. Let me finish with Ketu. Ketu will continue to be in Virgo sign throughout the month of April, and it will be in the nakshatra of Sun, Uttar Falguni nakshatra. So that's the situation. Now, if we just think about the planetary position in our mind, it should come in front of your eyes. It is not advisable to again look at the chart. You know, it should reflect in your eyes. You should be able to think about the planets, where they are and how they are moving, and that's how the concept of Jyotish starts to get into your head, right? So, out of 9 planets, right, 4 planets, Saturn, Rahu, Mercury, and Venus, will be in the sign of Pisces throughout the month of April. Sun will be there for about 13 days, right? Moon will touch towards the end of April, but by that time, Sun will move from Pisces to Aries. So at any given point in time, there will be 5 planets in the sign of Pisces. Okay, out of 9, 5 will be in the sign of Pisces. Very heavy loaded sign, heavy loaded. So you can imagine Pisces sign, whichever house Pisces sign represents in your horoscope, whichever house, that house is going to be super active, super active. So will that house be a cause of concern for you? That we will evaluate. As I'll talk about specific ascendant, I'll explain to you how does it work. Not necessarily a heavy loaded sign or heavy loaded sign by different planets, multiple planets will turn out to be a pain for you. Not necessarily, yeah, we'll see that. But 4 planets will be there in Pisces sign. Sun is there in the first half, 5 planets. And if we see Mars for the first 3 days will be in Gemini. There will be mutual Rashi Drishti between Pisces and Gemini. Dual sign have a Rashi Drishti on mutually. And then Ketu, if you consider Ketu, that's also in basically Virgo, 1-7 axis from Pisces. So 6-7 planets basically are getting connected at a deeper level, you know. Saturn, Rahu, Mercury, Venus, Sun in the first half, and then Gemini, Mars in the first 3 days, and Ketu throughout the month from Virgo. So very heavy concentration for dual sign people. People who have dual ascendant like Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. They'll be kind of influenced by a lot of planets. And if you guys, dual sign ascendant, have planets in dual sign also, then it is going to be super active month for you. Super duper active month for you. Yeah. Okay. Now, the very, very important thing, which I alluded earlier, I'll speak about it. Now, that's the time. Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 4th Pada. Now, think about the situation. 29th of March, Saturn is trespassing into the sign of Pisces. 0 degree, few minutes. Yeah. Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 4th Pada. He's feeling, Saturn has been in the sign of Aquarius, own sign. Prior to that, in Cancer, Capricorn, own sign. So, reasonably happy, delighted, from own house, from Mool Trikona house of Aquarius, it is now getting into Pisces. The end of the zodiac. Neutral house lorded by Jupiter. Saturn, Pisces is mutually neutral. So, when you are relatively at ease in your mind, think about a general situation and you're getting into a place. And suddenly you see a lot of things are coming towards you. What Saturn will see, Rahu is coming towards Saturn. Rahu is always retrograde. Not a big deal, not a big surprise. Saturn have been through this experience so many times. Fair enough, let Rahu go by. Fair enough. But Rahu is in the same nakshatra, Uttar Bhadrapada, 4th Pada. And what Saturn will see? Venus is also in the same nakshatra and Venus is retrograde. Venus is also moving towards Saturn. And that's not about it. And very soon Saturn will see about 4th or 5th of April. Mercury, who was retrograde, also gets into Uttar Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 4th Pada. So when Saturn is entering in a few days of time or even from the beginning, 3 planets are moving towards Saturn. So Saturn will feel a bit reluctant. What's happening? Are they going to attack on me? It's not a very nice situation to be in. That's where, because Saturn will be in the nakshatra of Jupiter, in addition to being in the Jupiterian sign, Pisces, that nakshatra will actually help in Saturn being composed and delivering something good for the humanity. Otherwise, given any other malefic nakshatra and Saturn's mindset, so many planets are charging towards Saturn, it could have been a very, very different situation, And also, when Saturn and Rahu get together, that close proximity, that can actually activate the Shraddha Yoga. So I'll talk about this when I'll get into the details for every ascendant. Okay. So now with that kind of mindset, let us get into the ascendants. Okay, let's begin our journey for the day. Aries ascendant. Now for you, as I mentioned, super active house will be the 12th house. I'll speak about it as we move forward. Yeah. So let me begin with Aries ascendant and in a broader way. So first thing, Jupiter is going to really help you. Now, don't ask, because I'm not going to explain each and every concept. Otherwise, this video will run into a day or few days, right? And in any case, you are here to learn, to get to the analysis portion of it. Analysis, etc. I'll cover in my other series of videos, which are more education-oriented, more elaborative concepts, explanatory. So for now, so Jupiter is going to help you in making you a scholar. Give you a lot of knowledge. Aries ascendant, yes. And it will give you a lot of wealth also. And guys, my Aries friends, you are going to be a super orator. You're going to use your speech a lot. And your speech will give you a lot of recognition in the month of April. Now we are very specific for the month of April. Please be very cognizant, because I have been putting videos on various transits. So at some point in time, it get a bit confusing. I mean, talking about transit again and again. So does it mean that when I speak about Rahu Ketu transit or Rahu transit, it gives a specific result. Saturn transit gives a specific result. Sadhisati, I'm evaluating from moon sign. And now April month, ideally April month result should be encompassing within the broader results of Rahu transit and Saturn transit. Absolutely agree with you, bingo. But the thing is, now we are being very specific, focused on a specific 30 days, right? So when I'm talking broader, at a broader level for next 2 years, next 1 year for a transit, then there are various things which I like to set off. Something good is happening, something not so good is happening, neutralize. And I'll pick those points which are material in the longer perspective. Something is getting set off for a few days of time. I'll not even mention for the lack of time and for ease in explanation. But when I'm very specific on a month, 30 days, 28 days to 31 days, yeah, I can take the liberty of getting a bit deeper. That's what I'm going to do now for every ascendant. Just be with me. Have patience. So speaking, you are going to experience your capability as a speaker, right? Do you know you're a powerful speaker? So that speaking capability, if I speak a bit about Jyotish concept, that starts from the Muladhara chakra, from the bottom. It passes through different chakras. If it gets associated with specific planets, then you get the power. So in the month of April, you're going to get, or you're going to feel that energy within you, that when you speak, people will listen to you. People cannot afford to avoid you. They will be curious to know what this person is saying. Whether it is relevant for them or not, they will get to know later. But the first reaction will be, oh, this person is saying must be really important. Let us at least listen. That's a wonderful thing. And that will not only give you recognition, because you will have a lot of intelligence. So that month of April will help you to exhibit your intelligence through oratory skills. That's a wonderful thing to have. And that will give you wealth, help you generate wealth. Yeah. Now, the other thing, my Aries friends who are either studying or basically in college, school, or even after school, college, in executive programs, or who are actually working, right? Or other people who are doing a different kind of activities from home, not going to an office, but they're doing something or the other at home, from home. You will realize that you are facing a bit of competition. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Yeah. So think about it. It's a perspective. But the thing about Aries ascendant in the month of April is that the harder the competition, the tougher you will be. You will be surprised to see that you have that much capability of facing the competition. So you will see for yourself how competitive you can be. And that's a good thing to realize. When we say it is good to be self-conscious, so you're going to be self-aware about your competitive skill. That's a wonderful thing to know. And the month of April is going to give you that opportunity. So grab it, guys. Grab it. Okay. And make good use of it. Okay. Now, Sun. As I mentioned, Sun is going to move from Pisces to Aries on 14th of April. So Sun, when it comes to your trinal in your horoscope, if it is in 1st house, 5th house or 9th house, it's a wonderful trine. That person, if that situation of Sun is in your natal horoscope, we call it a very, very good position, unless it is afflicted in multiple ways. Yeah, generally it is a very good position, because when Sun was in Pisces, it was afflicted by Rahu, though the affliction was not that potent because of the difference in nakshatra. Sun was in Revati and Rahu is in Uttar Falguni, 4th pada. The difference is more than 15-20 degree. It was in about 3 degree and it is about 17-18 degrees, so 14 degree, yeah, beginning with. And then gradually as the month progressed, the gap between Rahu and Sun actually got increased. So that effect of Rahu impacting Sun was not that potent. But when Sun actually moved out of the purview or the vicinity of Rahu in Pisces to Aries, it is going to feel really better. Not because it has moved from the purview of Rahu or the purview of Saturn, so to say, but also in Aries, Sun is exalted, isn't it? The Sun will feel great. So that greatness will impact you in multiple ways. One of the ways will be that it will give you an opportunity to use your knowledge, which you have been using even earlier also, before 14th April also, through Jupiter. But now, your knowledge will take a different turn. You'll enter into being more scholarly. Your words, your demeanor, your attitude, people perception towards you will completely change. They'll start looking at you. This person is very scholarly. This person has that capability. That kind of perception will change about you in people's mind. That's very, very important. Excuse me. Okay. Now, next. Now, this month of April is going to give you a lot of happiness from your kids. That's a great thing to have. When you are with your kids and sometimes you're not able to meet up your kid due to different locational constraints. So when you are with kids in general, right? Then that youth energy, that simplicity, the perspective of kids to look at life in a very, very simple way, that hits us really hard. And we tend to feel that, oh, the way we look at life is we are making life so complicated. I mean, how life can be actually made into a simple thing. Life is not that complicated. Life is simple. Life can be lived, not necessarily be spent. The kids, being with kids, change our perspective for the good. And this month of April is going to give you that happiness, that pleasure of that simplicity, of that happiness of being with kids. So guys, wonderful time. And this is more applicable for you towards the 4th week of April. Yeah, that though it will begin towards the mid of April, but 4th week of April is really favoring you in this aspect. And you're going to visit a lot of temples. And I'm not necessarily limited to temples. I mean place of worship. It could be mosque, it could be church, it could be gurudwara, right? You understand? So that the entire month of April, and specifically the second half of April, will prompt you. Okay, you will feel like on Sunday, Saturday, when you are basically off from office, you will like to visit the temple or the place of worship at the local place nearby your home. Or you can also travel big distances, because the month of April is also activating travel for you. So there can also be a possibility you actually plan a long travel, like you are living somewhere in Calcutta, and you make a plan. Okay, let's go to Lord Tirupati, right? Let's go to Telangana and then visit Lord Tirupati, and let's have the darshan. Or you are living in let's say Chennai in Tamil Nadu, and you make a plan. Let's go to the Jyotirlinga Somnath. Let's go and have darshan of Somnath. So that kind of thoughts may come into your mind. And you may be out of India, you may be living in the US, right? Or in Canada somewhere. And you may think of, okay, let us go to India, let us go to Mahakaleshwar or Jain Jyotirlinga. So those kind of thoughts may come to your head, and you will be prompted to make a visit during the month of April. So yeah, keep that in mind. Very, very good. The question is, will you make such visit alone or with family? Now, a very wonderful yoga is being activated. If you see second lord, 12th lord is getting exchanged. So, the exchange is really nice, Jupiter, Venus. So that exchange actually prompts you to make travel with families, with kids, with your partner. And that is a wonderful thing. When you're visiting temple and with the support of family, there can be nothing better than this in life. This is a surreal feeling. People may say, a lot of possessions can give you happiness, but try it out. With family, visit a place of worship, spend some time there. Nothing like it. That is the life, living life. That is the living life thing. Okay. The next important thing, or these. So the way I am kind of speaking about it, these were the delightful thing. I'm going to talk about every ascendant in various categories. The category I've spoken about so far, goody things. Things which are going to make you feel delighted. Right? All these are delightful things, and there can be a couple of other themes as well. As I move forward, I'll kind of explore different dimensions of horoscope. Okay. Now, one caution. One of the themes is caution as well. So you may experience politics at your place. So you need to be extremely cautious. And how politics can be activated when you'll be taking some leaves out of your workplace for visiting, for travel, personal travel to place of worship or otherwise travel. So during your absence, that political angle can actually get erupted. So you need to be careful how you manage the situation, and the politics may not be limited only to your workplace. The politics can be at any front. If you are living in a kind of apartment in that society, if you are taking active participation in the society management, in the capacity of a secretary, president, whatever name people give to as a different positions. So that can also lead to a lot of complication. So politics can happen in any domain. You need to be a bit careful about that aspect of life in April. Okay, and the very, very important thing, and that I'll give the category basically delightful. Okay, so in the month of April, you will be inclined to beautify your home. Very peculiar thing I'm saying, yeah. So that's the beauty of Jyotish, So you will be inclined to beautify your home. But that's not it. Beautification can take place in multiple ways. How? I want to be specific. And that specification for you, for my Aries friends, is you like to beautify your homes, not with very kind of say visual appealing thing, but things which are antique in nature. And as we all know, antique things not necessarily glitter that much, but antiques are antique, and you need to have that kind of a mindset. Like when I look at, for example, if I'm going to buy a bike, as I gave an example of earlier Aprilia, but I like to buy Aries Royal Enfield Classic. That's an antique, and I like that. So it's about the flavor, the taste, which you like, which you prefer. So similarly, your preference for beautification of home will be buy something antique piece, and that can be expensive. So spend will be there, but you will feel delighted. Entire home will feel happy with your decision. You look at that piece of art, piece of work, placing in your home, and you'll feel wow. That's worth the investment. Go for it. Okay. The other thing in your Aries ascendant, I've covered delightful, a bit of caution, and now I'll cover theme of pain area. Which is the area where you'll feel a bit of pain, slightly burdened. Your thought will be in that area. What is that area? It is nothing but your thoughts will be actually on yourself. You keep thinking about your health. That can take a backseat. 12th house is activated super heavily in your case. That also gives an indication. And your Lagna Lord is also debilitated after 3/3 of April. It is going to get into Cancer, which is a debilitated sign, Nicha. And do we get a Nich Bhanga? No, there's no Nich Bhanga. So health need to be a bit cautious. Now, the question is, which health? Is it, I am talking about the physical health? Which body part you can experience ailment? What kind of health I'm talking about? Now, for you, the problem or challenge of health or your thoughts will be in not physical health, but in the mental sphere of health. Mental sphere. Because that Nietzsche aspect of your, Nietzsche effect of your Lagna Lord and the 12th house activation actually will have a lot of mental pressure on your mind. And you need to have, you'll start thinking, you'll start self-doubting on your decisions or your mental capabilities, on your intelligence. That actually is going to impact your health in quite a way. So that's one of the pain areas for you. Big time. Okay. And okay. So now, what can be the possible impact? As I mentioned that 12th house, whosoever is having Pisces sign in the house, whatever house that represent for your ascendant, is going to show its impact. Now for you, it is 12th house. In 12th house, you will witness Shraddha Yoga in the month of April. It can have many repercussions, specifically because Saturn and Rahu is in close proximity. So first repercussion, it can, so by the way, I am not considering Sadesati impact here, because that I'm not evaluating from the ascendant. Sadesati can be evaluated from the moon sign. People who have moon in Aries, they can evaluate Sadesati impact, but at a mental level, not in the physical manifestation level. So for that, you can look at the video of Sadesati, where I have evaluated Sadesati impact or Kantakshani Dhaya impact specifically for moon in every sign, right? That you can watch separately. Here, when I'm talking about 12th house impact, those impacts are relevant and applicable for Aries ascendant. Okay. The biggest impact. See, you. And now this impact is not only because of 12th house. This is the Jyotish principle, which I'm kind of sharing with you as an impact. You or your spouse is going to have an affair in the month of April. Now, who, whether you or your spouse, that I'm not going to share, because that can lead to a lot of confrontation. But keep an eye. This is a caution. Keep an eye that try such situation doesn't emerge, but yeah, there is a highly likelihood that either you or your spouse can get into an affair during this period in the month of April. So what will be the driver of affair? Will it be because there is no compatibility between you and your spouse? No, that's not the case, because as I earlier mentioned, your travel will be with your spouse, right? So it means there is a good bond, there's a good connect, you're spending good time. So why such thing is happening? So this is a situational thing, and the driver is not mental connect. It's not that you or your partner are looking for purposely to get mingled with somebody because you're not happy with your partner. No, it is purely driven by the situation. You are driven by the physical attraction of the other opposite sex, and that's how you're getting into that kind of thing. But it will be purely driven by the 12th house activities, right? You understand that. So what is the recommendation? So my recommendation would be spend as much time as possible with your partner. If you're traveling, even for the short travel, long travel, try to take your partner along. So try to avoid spending time alone. So that can actually help you mitigate this factor. Okay. Okay. Now moving forward to Aries only. The couple of more things. I'm getting into a bit of detail. Yeah. So where your focus will be. So one focus will be on beautification of home. I've already mentioned. The other focus will be on your trinal aspect. Which are the houses, or what specific trinal focus is getting activated for you? Now there is a catch for you. So during the first month of April, first half of April, apologies, your focus will be actually on deriving pleasures. Now that pleasure, either you can derive by beautifying your house, by buying a lot of material stuff, material things, and feeling good about yourself with your possessions, depend, or by getting into the sensual pleasure, deriving pleasure out of 12th house activity, that kind of thing. So first half of the month is focus is completely on material aspect of life. Second half of the month, you will see amazing transformation. Your focus will shift from house number 12 to house number 8. And that 8 is nothing but the transformation. And as I always explain transformation, that's a very pleasurable, delightful, bought in name given by the intellectuals to the changes which we resisted earlier. That's transformation. So you will like to seek transformation, because at one point in time you will feel, no, I need to seek the truth. And that change will happen suddenly within a month. Generally, people speak about transformation over a period of time, long period of time. But for you, within the month of April, you will see two different phases of your life. That's amazing, quick. And that can also impact your mindset very, very swiftly. So, and how are you going to achieve it? With the help of your home, with the help of your people in family, their support will be required. You will stay at home. Maybe you are, when you're visiting temples at your nearby place, you're coming from temple, you're contemplating about it, sitting at home. That will help you to tread on the path of transformation. And that will bring automatic healing to your mind. That's a wonderful phase. Second half of April is a wonderful phase for you from transformation perspective. Now, people have different dimension. Some people may feel first half is great. That's what they're desiring. We cannot be judgmental. One thing which I learned from my Guruji, Pandit Sanjay Raji, as a Jyotishi, you cannot be judgmental about people. It's the planetary movement. Everybody has come here in Bhuloka to play their part. Let us understand each other. Let us be sympathetic, and then let's move along together. Okay, that's there. Now, caution, guys, caution. First half of April, specifically, you may encounter health problems. In addition to that, mental problem, which I explained in brief, that specifically, first half of April, what kind of health problem? Can I be a bit more specific? Yes, I can be. That can be in the area of your chest region, your breast region, your heart, your lungs. So you may have sudden asthma attack. So people who have this asthma problem, please ensure that you keep your inhaler in your backpack, in your carry bag, so that if you have feel the need to take the inhaler, you have it handy in your office if you're not around at home. So you keep such things in your mind. Yeah. Okay. And what else? Okay. Now, this is the beauty of Jyotish. Okay. This health problem I mentioned, physical, mental, how can we remedy this? Is there a tool? There is a tool. And that tool is, how can we neutralize the impact of that Kujastambhana? Okay. And we can neutralize the impact specifically on 4 days in April. Those 4 days are 14th and 15th of March, 21st and 22nd of April. Because then on those 4 days, Moon is going to neutralize the impact of Mars by providing Neech Bhanga. So who is giving Neech Bhanga to Mars? Mangal, right? Either Moon can give Neech Bhanga to Mangal, right? Or either Jupiter can give or Saturn can give. So Moon will give Neech Bhanga to Mangal. 14th, 15th April or 21st, 22nd April. Wonderful days. So these dates, you can either visit doctor for your ailment, or you can visit a psychiatrist if you feel the need, just to have a discussion. Nowadays, there's a trend that people talk about the mental illness in as much propensity as they talk about the physical illness. So that's there. So make use of these dates. Now, after this, when I'm going to talk about the supportive dates, that's the icing on the cake, remember? Those dates are very different. Those dates are extraordinary in terms of different initiatives. Generally, whatever initiative you take. But these dates are very specific to your health recovery. You got that? It is specifically linked to your lagna. It is specifically linked to your health, your well-being, your intelligence, your character, your personality. These are very different, very, very specific. Okay? Hope you understand the difference. That's very important to understand. All right. Now, the other area for Aries, what's your deep desire in the month of April? Your desire will be in around 6th house. Okay? And you will like to obtain a loan for buying a big vehicle, to get a property. You like to obtain a loan. You like to get a lot of money. And that can have its own repercussion. That's your internal desire. Somewhere in your head, that thought is there. I need to get more debt. If you're in business, you're exploring means to get some more debt. That's there. That's your deep desire. Okay. Recommendation number 1. If you are in business, it's a great time to take debt, take loan, and expand business. That's a great time. If you are in a job, it's a great time. Again, April month is a good month. If you like to change job, I think you can actually look for it. It's a great time for you to change job. I mean, wonderful time. My thumbs up. Look for it. Now, recommendation 2. You will feel that you're not feeling that great at home. You like to move out. So if you like to grow, maybe in terms of business, maybe in terms of personality, maybe in terms of your transformation, which eventually you get from home, but as a stepping stone, you will see you will be tempted to make a lot of travel. So please ensure, or please try as much as possible. This travel is associated with spiritualism. The combination is there. If it is linked to business, that can be there, great. The travel should not be for futile activities. Try that it is for linked to either business, some productive activity. If it is for job, that's fine. Otherwise, some spiritual association should be there. Go with your spouse, your partner, your kids, then it will be fruitful travel. And this can actually be helpful for you, right? Badakeshal also prompting you to travel, go long distances. That April is going to be very heavy active month for you. Yeah. Now the other category for you in the month of April, support system. Who is going to be your support system in the month of April? That's a very good thing to know. When we feel low in life, and if we get to know, yes, this area can be an activity, can be some venture, or this person is my support system in this period or for the entire life. I can have somebody to share with. For Aries friends, my Aries friends, your support system during this period is going to be your father. Now, those of you who are away from your father, try to speak to your father on regular basis. Those of you who unfortunately do not have their father have passed away. So people who are elderly figure like father, try to spend some time with them, try to serve them, be with them. They are going to be your support system. Okay, it's a wonderful thing. Jyotish, the beauty of Jyotish, that's a great thing. Now, supporting days. So these are extremely critical and valuable. And these dates are not that I am just copying paste from any website or so. These are really specific and important and valuable. You will see. And these are not basis your ascendant. Now that's the catch. When I am trying to be specific about the timing, I need to actually resort towards the moon. That's really important. Sometimes we look at the timing through sun's transit at different junctures. But here, when I'm trying to go through the dates, I need to be with the Panchang. I need to also go to the nakshatra level. I need to go to the Tithi level. So I need to be with moon, right? So how do I cover that? I'm talking about Aries ascendant. Therefore, listen to me. Therefore, once I'm done with all the ascendant, I'll be talking about supportive days and avoidable days for all the moon signs, like moon in Aries, moon in Taurus, So instead of covering it now, I'll be covering it after I'm done with ascendant in the same video. And you can use the timestamp after your ascendant, or after you can straight away go to that moon's supportive day section. That's how. But those days are really, really showstoppers, right? Just have a look at that. I've covered Sadhisati. It is not from ascendant. I have not, in my entire analysis for ascendant Aries so far, I've not covered Sadhisati, because that I've covered separately. Sadhisati is to be evaluated from the moon sign, and if you want to find the analysis, please go and check out the video which I've posted before that. Look at your moon sign, and in that video I've actually gone to the detail of your moon sign in different nakshatra, different pada. Have a look at that, analyze, look at your pada, and find out with different timelines how is going to be unfolded for you for the next 2.5 years. That's much period I've covered in my video. Okay, so that was about Aries. So let's talk about Taurus ascendant. Okay, so for you, a great thing. You are a blessed person. Month of April is going to be, so the combination is such that at an overall level, when we say Lagna Lord is exalted, generally we say, okay, at an overall level, the person is able to manage the life. Likewise, in your case, when Jupiter is kind of associated with your Lagna, it's a very good blessing to have. So they can have different things which can not be in the favor in different regards. But at a generic level, I think the month of April you'll see Jupiter's blessing. It's a guru. It will help you to mitigate different challenges, which can be different direction. But yes, at an overall level, your outlook is going to be very, very spiritual. That spirituality component will be in your head all the time throughout. Somewhere at some corner of your head, you will feel very, very spiritual. And now in different heads, I'm kind of speaking. So the first head, which is applicable for you, is delighted. So what are the things which will make you delighted? So one such thing is that your outlook is going to be very spiritual. The other delightful thing is going to happen for my Taurus friends is that you will be doing multitasking. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, some of you may feel why I'm saying is going to make us delighted. Well, the reason, so multitasking can have its own repercussions. Sometimes we can tend to distort something or tend to damage something, or one thing can go for a toss and one thing can go for an average kind of output. But why I'm saying you'll going to feel delightful because of multitasking, because April month is going to support you to do multitasking. Now, if you are a person, my Taurus friend, if you're out of one of those who is doing the most difficult job in this world, and what is that? If you are a homemaker, yes, you heard it right. If you are a homemaker, you will see that you are going to be surprised by your own capability of multitasking. I mean, I understand, I know, and I appreciate that you are a great multitasker. But then you'll see you are able to cook at one hand on a burner which have 4, 5, 6 burners nowadays. Different burners are kind of being used for different dishes. Parallelly, you are able to watch your TV serials on your using that MacBook iPhone cover and putting your iPhone at your refrigerator in kitchen, and at that same time you are able to enjoy your cereal while cooking different dishes, and you're also managing your kids. Intermittently, you're going and checking their scores. Your kid is watching TV, IPL. You're enjoying the IPL score. You're multitasking, and you're able to manage everything like that in a flash. And that's the beauty of this month of April. You will enjoy. You'll relish multitasking. Yeah. Now, the next delightful thing for my Taurus friend is that you are going to experience a period where you will not feel the dearth of finance. You're going to have good wealth, good income coming your way. You will be able to save that wealth as well. So finance is not an area we need to be worried about in the month of April. And yes, because of your multitasking, because of your wealth, or whatever reason, because of your attitude, so to say, you are going to be popular. You're going to get fame in the month of April. That's a good, you like it, right? Okay. Now the icing on the cake. You're also going to get gains from your enemies. If somebody is trying to cheat you, fleece you with financial transaction, you'll not let that motive successful. Even otherwise, you are going to get gain or get some benefit out of even your enemies. So that's a great time for you to feel some victories, feel some great results out of your efforts. Okay, and also specifically in the second half of April, you will feel these actions, these gain of wealth or such things are coming your way suddenly. You're not expecting these things to happen your way, but it just happened. Is it a miracle? Is it destiny? Well, whatever we are going through is nothing but the prarabdha. But when something happens good for us, let us enjoy. Why to get into the contemplative mode? Wealth is coming your way suddenly or purposefully or slowly. Have the great time. Enjoy the wealth. Feel good about it. Yeah, good time. All right. What is the next delightful category for you? Things which is going to make you delighted. Well, now when you are getting a wealth, getting some wealth, what could be the repercussion? There can be a possibility you are going to split, you're going to get into a bar, have some booze, spend a lot of money in gambling, do various things with health, as you know. But the good thing about my Taurus friends, and that's what makes you unique, right? You're going to spend wealth on good deeds. And not only good deeds, the good deeds can be for humanity also. That's a great thing. You're also going to spend wealth for the family needs. That's what really make you unique and specific. I mean, thinking about the family needs, putting your family before even you, before even your needs, selfless. That selfless motive, that's what you are. And this month of April is going to help you to fulfill your internal desire. Money is there, okay. My kids, they wanted to get this possession, this sports racket, or some kind of sports equipment. Let me get them. They wanted to have some Xbox. Now that can damage their eyes. Let me discuss with them, think about it. Can it be mitigated through some activity which will involve money, like a cricket coaching, like athletic training, like a soccer drilling? Spend will be there. Summer camp, enrollment, but his eyes can be saved. So you will spend money for the betterment of your family on some good cause because you're smart. You can take a person who can manage the home, a person who can manage the work. They are really smart people, So you will take the right decision where to spend the money. That's very, very important. All right. Is there other delightful thing like to listen to more? Like to hear more? Yes, there is one more delightful thing for you. And that's again, wow. Now, when somebody is getting money, somebody is getting recognition, somebody is getting fame, somebody is doing multitasking. On top of that, if I tell you it is a good time for you to acquire knowledge, you will say, oh my goodness, what kind of month is this? Right? You start to question about the month. Hold on. So people who are studying in whatever spectrum of study you are, I'm not going to differentiate like I differentiated in my earlier videos, like on Sadhasati video, college, school, or executive programs at different levels of school study. Here it is applicable to all my friends who are studying. Plus, even if you are not studying, you're working, still you may feel like learning Jyotish, like I have been doing, like you are doing, you want to do, or in whatever spectrum you want to gain your knowledge, that is the good time. All my Taurus friends, Taurus ascendant people, if you put in effort to learn something more, that learning can actually help you. It will be with you. So please spend some time. And that learning can be retained. If you start is very important. April month is supporting you to tread into the path of learning. So it will be retained with you for a long time. And people who are into writing books, who are into writing articles, Medium, right, or different platforms, this is the time. Who are into that poetic kind of thing, writing, who like to write poems or even books. All the authors, big book, write books. This is a great time to conceptualize the idea and start penning your thoughts. You will see that you're able to pen down your thoughts in such a nice, flowy and constructive way. You're trying to knit the story in a very lucid and informative way. People who are reading your draft, they'll say, wow, just get it published straight away. No editing required. Just get along with it. So that's the kind of a favorable month is for you in terms of writing, in terms of getting knowledge, in terms of expressing your thoughts. Writing, that is very, very important. Specifically, first week of April, those 7 days, wow. Just build on to that. Okay. Other delightful thing, my Tauran friends. Yes. And that delightful thing is you will be devoted to your father. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. Well, can I say it is given? You are good to your parents? Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're very far away, sometimes you are not able to spend time with them, especially after you're away for studies, you are after you're married, for various reasons. But April is a month that will give you opportunity to be helpful to your father. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. Your father has done so much for you. It's time to spend time with him and then do something for him. When you have a lot of money, why not to do something for your father? Show your respect in multiple ways. Think of some creative ideas, bring up some surprises, show them that you care for them. That's really important. Okay. Now, what's your pain area in the month of April? Well, your pain area will be on basically it will be in the sphere of your relationship. You'll not feel that happy with your partner, with your marital life. That can be a bit tricky. So it is not that you're looking forward to have some sort of different engagement somewhere, no, but you like to break free. You like to explore yourself, find a meaning for your life, find that freedom, find that independence. You like to be free from this bandhan. So that's kind of feeling you are to just break free. That's the right word. You want to break free and find the true you. That's the month of April, to sum it up that kind of way. Yeah. But okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the intro portion, that that Shraddha Yoga, that is working out for you in the 11th house, right? That is there, right? So what that will do for you? So that will prompt you to stay late, and maybe you like to spend more time with your tablet, with your iPhone, with your Netflix, or maybe your Jyotish videos, your YouTube videos, whatever. But you like to stay late, engage yourself. You'll not feel sleepy. Maybe you are very active on social media, chatting with somebody, singing, exploring different facets of life, discussing. You'll be quite active on social platform by spending more time there. Now, is it good or is it not good? Can I be a bit more specific? Right? It is Shraddha Yoga. The thing is, for you, it is working in your favor because that Dviguru is acting in your favor. That Dviguru, that blessing is there for you, and that will ensure Jupiter is on your head. That will ensure you will not cross that boundary. You know that Lakshmana Rekha. You know the boundary really well. That is inbuilt in your vein, specifically in the month of April. You will feel you will do all the social media thing. You will be active throughout long hours at night, but you will not astray from your path. So all this thing will actually be very productive for you. That's quite strange. And that is the beauty of Jyotish. That if we know that something we are putting our efforts on can be futile at a broader level in a general parlance. But no, for my Tauran friends, in the month of April, this is going to be productive for you later. So, even if you are spending time, try to spend time on something which can be helpful for you. Why not study Jyotish? What better thing can there be? Why not to listen to such different kind of YouTube videos, people who you like? I mean, welcome, go and listen, build your knowledge, learn more, learn whatever field you like. Or sometimes it is good to enjoy and watch serial of your choice. Yeah. Okay. Now, one caution. One caution. There can be a possibility that people will reach out to you with the intent of getting physical connectivity, physical intimacy, physical proximity, right? So will it be fine? So as I mentioned, you have an inherent protection. You are able to differentiate. But can Jyotish tell me, or now can Jyotish tell you, all of you Taurus friends, will the intent of person who is reaching out to you for physical intimacy, is the intent genuine? Well, let me tell you, the intent of the person is purely money. You heard it right. So they want to be with you for money. They know that you are financially very sound and they want to kind of leverage that component. So now it's your opinion, your judgment. Like to go ahead with that intimacy, right? Your call. If you like the intimacy, fair. But I've told you using Jyotish knowledge, what is their inherent motive? What does that mean? If you are very serious about that relationship, no. Then I'll say, don't even think about it. But if you like casual, fine, okay types, then that's your call. Yeah. Okay. And can I be even more specific? Where that person can be from? It'll be close to your place. Somebody not very far off, not from foreign places, somebody closer to your place. That can give you a very good clue. Okay. And one more thing, just to add cherry. If you are with that kind of person, people around you will be really envy of you because that person is that smart. Okay. All right. And but second half of April, you will feel a bit more comfortable with that person. First half, you will be slightly itchy. But second half, that equilibrium, that compatibility will slightly be better. But that inherent motive of that person will not change. Keep that thing in mind. And then be decisive, take the decision. Okay. What's your deep desire in the month of April? Well, your deep desire is very beautiful. You actually would like to give your life for the kids. I mean, you like to, not only in the money aspect, you like to do something, like to make the career, like to be with them, make the life meaningful and beautiful. And if you are not married, you really, if you're married but you don't have kids, you want to have kids, that is a good time to plan kids, right? It's a good clue. When your desire is so great and the time is favorable for you, that is the time to plan that right thing. And if you're not married, you're not planning kids, and then you like to be helpful to kids in various ways. If you are a corporate employee, through some CSR initiative, right? Donation drive, collecting some clothes, some books for kids, and donating and distributing to the kids. You're going to orphanage, offering them food, or you're walking down the road and you see some kids shivering in the cold. You help them with some good warm clothes. They are feeling malnutrition. You are helping them with some food, nice food. Whenever you help anybody with food, please ensure it's not a stale food. It's a good, freshly cooked, hot, good food for the person to eat. So not a leftover food, please. So that kind of thing you will do, and then that will be great. It's a great thing to have. That's your deep desire. And the good thing is that you're able to fulfill your desire, can't you? You just need to spend some time about it. So that's a wonderful thing. Now, caution, my Taurus friends. Please, the caution is very peculiar. Do not do heavy weightlifting in your gym. You need to take care of your arm. You had it right. So this arm component, you don't do heavy weightlifting. Don't do this kind of weightlifting in gym. So please take care of your arm. And driving long hours, cooking long hours, where your arm is going to be used for a long hour. Try to be more respectful for your arm. You can have some sort of problem in your arm. Be careful about your arm. Okay, what is my recommendation to my Taurus friends? So, if you want to kind of change your job, you're not happy at your job front, at your work front, consider April as a month of foundation, as a stepping stone. Activate your channels, activate your energy in finding jobs. If you want to expand your business, activate your channels and energies in finding deals, energize your network. So consider April as a month of stepping stone. These efforts will be helpful to you soon. So consider this as a recommendation. Now, who will be your support system in the month of April? So that's very critical. So for you, the support system is your guru. Now, it can be your Diksha guru, it can be your spiritual guru, it can be your elderly figure. No, I'll not say. So it can be limited to your Diksha guru or spiritual guru, any guru-like figure, whom you can really think really in that balance. Guru, you understand? So that will be your support system. If you feel low at any point in time, just close your eyes, be with your guru, your mind. If you have some mantra, practice that, on daily basis. Follow the principles laid down by your guru for you. So you'll feel really happy and content. That's actually your support system. And what's your supporting days, that icing on the cake I mentioned briefly in the intro section? Well, those are really extremely critical and valuable. And because I am now constantly talking about Taurus ascendant, the evaluation analysis, but the supportive days and the avoidable days timing cannot be evaluated as beautifully as from the moon. From ascendant, you cannot evaluate the timing as nicely. Okay, because I need to use the tithi, vara, the panchanga component. I need to go to the nakshatra level. So I need to be with moon. So once I'm done with these 12 ascendant from Aries to Pisces, then I'll talk about that supportive days. Those are really a Jyotish marvel. Let me tell you. So then after I'm done, you can use the timestamp, go to that section supportive days, and then you will not go to the Taurus. You'll go to that sign where your moon is. If your moon in Taurus, great. Otherwise, see where your moon is and go to that section and get insight for the days which are going to be supportive to you in the month of April. Okay, so that was about Taurus ascendant. Okay, moving forward to Gemini ascendant. How the month of April is going to be for you. And I'll be covering this analysis in various categories. The first category is what's delightful. What are the things going to happen with you in the month of April which will make you feel delighted? Yeah. So the first thing is wonderful. Congratulations, my Gemini friends. The combination, the positioning of planet is such that you are going to witness the impact of Simhasana yoga. Wonderful yoga for success, achievement, a lot of recognition. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. Our Modi ji, Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, he has the Simhasana yoga in his natal horoscope. And you can see the kind of heights he has achieved in his career, in his life. And month of April is going to show you the flavor of that kind of Simhasana yoga. Now, Simhasana yoga has various forms and various categories. For you, this is a very, very good category, and you are going to experience flavors in a very, very unique and different way. But it has its own pros and cons, and I'll cover that in different grouping, because this is the delightful thing for you. So let's move forward. What is the other delightful thing for my Gemini ascendant friends? Well, I mean, this is good. For you, that automatic Raj Yoga combination is happening, and then that will help you to actually explore your career in the stock market, And whenever I speak about stock market, I always give the disclaimer, this is a great time for you to experience and explore the stock market, but be really cautious. Be really cautious about the planetary conjunction happening in that work area, in your 10th house. So that caution you have to keep in mind. And my disclaimer is use your own discretion. Self-discretion is very important when you're taking a shot in terms of stock market, or if you're going to invest or take any kind of decision for money in money area. Okay, that's a good thing for you. But yeah, one good piece of recommendation, that second house of April is more preferable to you when it comes to taking decision for stock market. It's going to help you slightly more. The other delightful thing, in the month of April, you will be taking active part in your child's career. That's a good thing to have. You will spend some time with your child. Now, if your children or child has just passed about 8th grade 8, you'll start to think about their future career roadmap, because nowadays the study starts from grade 9 itself. If they're going to do engineering, medical or commerce, then should they begin their study from 9th? If they've just crossed the 12th grade, which college they can get admission? If they've just graduated, which further study they can do? Are they going to join any corporate? Are they going to start their own venture? Are they going to move to the foreign location? Are they going to change their place? So such kind of discussion you will have with your children. You take active part in their career making. That's a great thing. That's a very, very great thing for a person to spend time on. Yeah. Now, another delightful thing for my Gemini friends. You will have a great time with your partner. That's awesome. And when I say great time, you will have a lot of travel. Travel not only limited to your local place, but far off places. You'll have good food. You'll have good travel. You'll enjoy life with your partner. Live the pleasantry moment with your partner. That's a very great thing. But the caution is your partner will not listen to you. Yeah, you heard it right. You'll have a great time. Both of you will be together. In the photographs, you look great, smiling. It's a good family photograph. But actually, your partner will not listen to you. I read between the lines. Yeah? Okay. The next delightful thing for you, That is, you know, Venus is going to impact you in a very, very nice way. And what's that? So you will conduct yourself at your workplace in such a dignified way, dignified way, and people will actually be attracted towards you because of the way you are carrying yourself, and that can actually initiate a spark, and that's the delightful thing to have when you are able to attract the attention of others, and you feel nice about yourself. You're putting in effort to maintain yourself, and those things are paying off. Those things are. So April is that kind of month where you can have those kind of effects. Okay, and that spark. How will you kind of carry yourself off in a dignified way? Can I be more specific? Yes, I can be. You will be going to use your speaking capabilities. And when I'm talking about speaking, I'm not saying that your speaking will be restricted to your words. No. The majority of your speaking will come from your body language. That's the reason I initially mentioned the way you carry yourself. 80% of our communication, or the way we want to express ourselves, is being communicated through our body language, specifically with your eyes. And then 20% is being added on by your words. I hope you understand the meaning, what I'm trying to convey. So that body language, loaded with words, that you'll become so lethal. I mean, you'll be able to drive people crazy in the month of April. What more can I say? Okay, now, the great thing is that Venus is going to rub its shoulder with Jupiter in your horoscope in a way that how that interaction, you're able to attract the attention using your body language, your amazing speech, witty speech. But how will the discussion begin? The discussion actually will begin at an intellectual level. Initially, they will be impressed with your personality, but very soon they will realize you're a very intellectual person. You're not only at the surface. You're a grounded person, very intellectual person, and that will be the key to take that spark forward into a relationship. You understood the story? This is like a movie story. I'm directing a movie, and I'm giving you a synopsis how the things will begin, how the actors or the players come through, and how they will interact, how things will move forward, and how it will get into a sort of relationship. That's the kind of a story. Good. Okay. And where will that relationship get into? That the kind of planetary combination which are currently activated in your horoscope, the month of April, that relationship, that kind of connection which started with a spark and intellectual discussion using the body language, that intellectual discussion can actually get into the bed. So that's a caution. So it is your discretion where you want to put an end to that discussion or to that spark. Where do you want to take it forward? I have already explained where it can actually lead into. Okay. Now, what is the other delightful thing for my Gemini friends? Well, you will do a lot of research, a lot of travel in the month of April. If you are in a corporate sector, then maybe you will get into a lot of corporate sponsored training program like Franklin Covey, like Oliver Wyman, And then once you are done with the training, those training program, mind you, will not be long training program, like not run into weeks. Those will be 1 day to 3 days kind of programs, and you will learn a lot out of those training programs. You will learn and apply those things at your work front, and then you will be recognized. That's important, and that's a very good thing for you. The other delightful, if let's say you are into study, you're into executive program, MBA or MTech kind of thing, and you may be getting an opportunity to represent your institute by going to a different state, by going to a different place, representing your institute in taking part in a debate, or also getting into some sort of training thing and applying those principles by conducting a presentation in your institute when you're back, and then you are getting recognition. So you understand the drift. So you are going to put some effort into the research, into learning, and then you are going to get recognized for your efforts. Yeah, and you will deliver some output also using your knowledge. What will be your deep desire in the month of April? Well, you would like to do something good for your mother. Like to spend time at home, be with your mother. That's your deep desire. Why I'm saying desire? Because you may be quite busy with your other stuff at work, at other junctures. So you need to find out time. The desire is because you're not able to fulfill. So try to find out some time and try to fulfill the desire. It is not that it is too difficult for you to fulfill. Maybe you are out of a town, you're not living with your mother, you are in different country altogether. Such complications can be there. Maybe unfortunately, some people are unfortunate who don't have their mother. So then you can spend time with your mother-like figure, your sister of your mother, or other old ladies who need some support. Think about that. That way you can fulfill your desire. Yeah. Okay. That's your deep desire. Okay. Any other delightful thing for my Gemini friends? What's that? To meet your desire, one of the things you will do, you'll try to think about your home, how you can beautify your home. That kind of thought may come to your head. And what kind of beautification you will do? Specific beautification. You will like to get such objects which are very, very trendy, very modern, very youth-oriented. Some digital instruments you'll get and put it as a decorative item, and you will see you like to get something made of wood. You'll not be inclined to buy something out of iron or steel or some other metal. Wood is the material for you to go. You get the idea? So, and those things, will make your partner, your mother, very, very pleased. And you yourself will feel very happy and delighted when you look at your those items after you beautify your home. Oh wow, that's a great thing. Maybe you'll change your curtain. That can also be there. Modern trendy curtain, some jazzy color, some nice things to have. Go for it. Okay. And what is another delightful thing? You like to throw parties, and you like to invite your friends to go for a party after hours, or you like to invite your friends to come to your home on weekends, like to go for picnic, connect together, like to be a very good host. So that's a good thing. And your partner will support you in that. That's a very good thing. And if you are studying in college or institute, you're living in a hostel, or if you're in a corporate, you will manage big events. You can actually be a good event manager. If you are in a business like that, you're managing big events. And you are in entertainment industry, you are in fashion industry, you like to hold some big events. That's a good time for you, my friend. You will be successful in your venture. Go for it. You'll be a very good host, because in that capacity, you have to manage tons of activities. You delegate responsibility to different people, and a lot of things you do with your own hands. You'll be able to do it really well in the month of April. Go for it. Okay. So where will be your focus in the month of April? See, your Lagna is in a very kind of conflicting status, because if you see Gemini friends, it's between Jupiter and Mars. It is hemmed in between Jupiter and Mars. Jupiter is in Taurus, Mars was in Gemini in the first 3 days of April. It moved to Cancer and became debilitated without Neech Bhanga. So it's a conflict state, it's confusion state. There's a perennial confusion between Jupiter and Mars. That kind of confusion you are going to face in the month of April. So can I be more specific? I'll be specific in relation to the Shraddha Yoga, which is happening for you in 10th house. Your 10th house is extremely active, super, super active. Saturn and Rahu energy are really getting very, very active, hyperactive, like a volcano for you at your work front. And you know that, what I mean. Okay, in April month, your focus will be actually on your work front. That you want to earn more money, you want to put your focus on your work, you want to make your work stabilized. So that kind of focus you will have. And to meet your desire, you will focus on how you can earn more money. It is starting from that desire, deep desire. But if you're looking to make a change, my recommendation, see, it is good to have the desire, good to have that kind of focus to earn more money, but it is not the right time because of the way the planets are behaving erratic in your 10th house. It is not the right time for you to make a move. So kindly stay where you are. If you're doing business, kindly hold on, stay put where you are. Not the right decision to make some radical changes in your business fund. Please hold on. Please wait for some time. Okay. Now, what is the caution you have to be with? Well, it can be a good time for business not to make change, but to invest. It can be a good time, but it is not a good time for people who are in job front. Please don't spend that much, right? For business person, you can spend and try to earn more money, not applicable for people at job. Okay. Well, the thing is, it could have been worse for people at job as well. But the thing is that Jupiter rubbing Venus in a way for you that it is making you float. It is not. It is keeping you. It is not making you off the radar. So you'll be able to float. You'll not drown. And you know, some people, they like floating more than the swimming, isn't it? So as long as you're able to float, it's fine. Just keep floating. Just enjoy the weather, enjoy the period. There's so many delightful things I've mentioned earlier for my Gemini friends. Yeah, keep floating. Okay, and what will be your pain area in the month of April? Well, because of these, so to say, troublesome areas at your work juncture, 10th house specifically, so to say. So it may be a possibility that you will like to find some solace, and your pain area is you like to find one pain area is definitely you want to get some more money, income, no doubt. But what does it direct? What does it indicate? In reality, income is not your pain area. In reality, that's the beauty of Jyotish. It tells what is the actual reality. You actually like to have some sort of spiritual teacher for yourself. Because you may know or you may not know. But if you get the spiritual teacher, you will see that things can get a different direction. So subconsciously, that's your pain area, that you feel the vacuum of a teacher who can guide you spiritually. You know, think about it. You need some guidance, how to take your life forward. At the same point, let me tell you another delightful thing. There can be a possibility that you can get some inheritance. Yes, my friend, you heard it right. So while money or desire to money can be one of your pain area, but there is a huge possibility that you can get some inheritance. So if you know there are some situations happening somewhere, then you know April is the month for those things to fructify. Good? Okay. One caution, April you will see your enemies can be on the rise. So you need to be on the guard all through the month. Be on the guard. Another caution. So in health area, you see if you have been kind of deviating from your teeth surgeries, now this thing can come to the fore. Now time has come, then you have to go for your dental RCT, implant, filling, normal filing. So that thing you cannot avoid any longer, right? Or also if you have been avoiding for your eye LASIK, now the time has come that you have to go for the eye LASIK and get it through with it forever now. Okay, keep that in mind. Take care of your teeth and eyes specifically. Now, recommendation. As I mentioned, the enemies can be on the rise. Health can be slightly tricky for you. So this recommendation is very, very peculiar for my Gemini friends. How can you repay? So eventually, when you spend your money, that's nothing but, what is the meaning of your health problem? Prarabdha is knocking at your door. That's right. Eventually, when sometime it happens, then you pay money to the doctor, you know, and suddenly you feel right, you're fine. Then we say we just had to pay some money to the doctor. Yes. So we kind of fulfilled our liability carried forward from the previous birth. So likewise, this April month is the month where you need to pay your liability to the doctor. And I'll go a step further. Also to the astrologers. You heard it right. Doctors, astrologers sit in the same house. Yes. So if you have been thinking to go for the consultation with any astrologer whom you trust into, think about it. You may like to go ahead with it now. And then you can get rid of your enemies. Because once you pay off your debt carried from the past life, then you can get rid of your Shadripus, your enemies, That's an important recommendation. Who will be your support system in the month of April? Now, support system will be either your astrologers. That can be a big support system. You're watching through the video itself is a good support system for you. And your meditation. These two things will be your support system. Okay, when you're down, chips are down, read astrology, spend some time with the YouTube videos or any other mechanism, or do some meditation. You will feel very happy. What are the supporting days for you in the month of April? Well, this section is for Gemini ascendant. And those supporting days, which are very, very critical and valuable for you, cannot be deciphered from ascendant. For that, I need to look at Tithi, Var, I need to go to the level of Nakshatra. So, those can be evaluated using your moon sign. And therefore, once I'm done with my analysis for 12 ascendant from Aries to Pisces, after that, I'll start talking about the supportive days using moon signs. So, you can use this time step, go to the moon sign section, supportive days section, and find the specific area of where your moon is, find that sign, and then go and get a very, very handy and useful information and use that in the month of April, right? So that was the analysis for Gemini ascendant. Moving on to Cancer ascendant. So my friend, I'll be sharing this April analysis for you in different categories. The first such category is delightful. So which are the things going to happen with you in the month of April which will make you feel delighted, okay? So the first such thing is the way the planetary combination are set up for you, you're going to get a lot of popularity. You like that? Right? Yes, I know it. You're going to get a lot of popularity. See, Cancer, by itself, this is the sign lorded by Moon. And Moon by itself is a very social, extremely social. Moon is the only planet which doesn't consider any other planet as its enemy. But that doesn't mean, and mind you, Cancer, we have the Nicha Mangal posited. Still, Mangal is not getting Nicha Bhanga, right? At a general parlance, Mangal is not getting Nicha Bhanga throughout the month. Only very specific time it is getting. Still, I have the audacity to say that you are going to get popularity. And that is the beauty of Jyotish, Parampara magic, right? Okay, you're going to love the popularity you're going to get this month. The other delightful thing going to happen with my Cancer friend is that, and that's beautiful, it's just beautiful. For you, your emotions, more than the emotions, because Moon is, see, Cancer is lorded by Moon, so that is why I'm mixing emotion. I'm not evaluating from Moon, I'm evaluating from Cancer ascendant. But somehow when Cancer ascendant comes, emotions do come. That is natural to happen. So you will feel that you're not attached to the luxuries of the world. It is not that you're taking sannyas or you're gone into a different phase of the world. No. But you'll feel that you are a very spiritual person. Your inclination is quite spiritual, and that's a wonderful thing to feel. So the month of April will give you that kind of feeling that, oh yes, this aspect of life is also a good aspect of life. While your inherent attribute is being very social. But that depends on where your moon is. Not every Cancer person like to be social, right? So I'm not talking about whether you'll be social or not, mind you, because I cannot evaluate your Lagna Lord position for the month of April. You understand? So I cannot tell you your thought process, your Paka Lagna will be different in 2 days of time. I cannot do that. So, excuse me, I am using a different methodology, different technique to evaluate results for you. That's where you will feel very spiritual. Okay, that's what I mean to say. That's a delightful thing to have. Okay, another delightful thing, my friend, is that it is a great time for you to excel in education. So those of you who are studying, school, college, executive, after college, corporate study, life itself is a study. We study day in, day out. We study people. We study situations. We study how events unfold. It's all study. So, well, see, this is the beauty of interpretation. So, Jyotish, is science when we calculate the planetary positions and the associated impact. We'll see the impact, the placements, effect, aspect, these are scientific. But when we start to analyze and interpret in a different way, basis how much guidance we have from the parampara, or how much we have been able to absorb or convert that learning into the knowledge. So that's the science part of it. So that learning, if the month of April is good for you in terms of learning, then it is better good for you in terms of analyzing situations. That also is a learning. The other meaning is you will be able to spend the month of April in a very, very good way. Nobody will be able to cheat on you. Nobody will be able to make use of you. You will be able to judge situations really well, judge people really well. And also those of you who are studying, they will do great in their studies. Those of you who are playing, let's say your exams are over, you're not studying, don't like to study, okay? Play is much more than study. When you play soccer, you have to study the move of the opponent player, in what direction the player is going to move. When you play chess, one of the most competitive studies you can have. Whatever activity of the life you do, study is there. So try to read between the lines and make use of Jyotish in that way to make your life more meaningful. Okay. Now, the other delightful thing, my Cancer friends, is that this period is going to give you good wealth. You'll have a lot of inflow of money coming through, not feel the dearth of wealth, so to say. You will have good recognition. When you're able to play as per the situation, you'll have good recognition, right? Politically correct, so to say. And nobody will be able to kind of cross paths with you. You will maintain your ground really well in the month of April. So that's a great thing. And there can be some sudden things happening, but those sudden things will be happening in your way. That's a delightful thing for you. Good. Be it wealth, be it some email. Oh, we liked your article, or we liked your knowledge. Can you come and have a session with our team? That kind of recognition can happen suddenly come your way. You like those? That's a good thing for you to have. And the other delightful thing, that's a very good thing to have. People actually like to, if such people crave for such thing. So you are going to have that go-getter attitude in the month of April. Okay? And you will have great leadership capabilities. Great leadership capabilities. But there's a catch. Those leadership capabilities can be slightly compromised in the second half of April. But first half of April, unflinching, no compromise. Go for it, bingo. Another delightful thing. Now, you will use your knowledge in some great work of art. When I'm saying art, I'm not going into the territory of Venus. I'm still in the territory of Mercury, in the territory of knowledge and learning. So, not even in the territory of Mercury, but also in the territory of Jupiter. Rather, you'll be trespassing from the territory of Mercury to the domain of Jupiter. That's where you will be like a more scholar kind of person. You will take part in debate if you are in that kind of area. If you are a teacher, then you will be able to exhibit the principles to your student in such a lucid way. If you are a YouTube creator, like I am doing, then your oratory skill, your way of expression, your way of putting your thoughts into the communication will straight hit your recipient's heart and mind. It will reach to their soul through the heart and mind. That's the channel it will create. It will carve out its own path. Wow, what better can there be? That's the kind of month it will be for you, my Cancerian friends. Good thing. Okay. Well, that's not it. Another delightful thing for you coming your way. And that's, well, I told you that you will have wealth, so prosperity and knowledge during April. Now, in what way? I'm going to differentiate using a very good Jyotish technique. I'll differentiate in two ways. First half, second half. First half of April, you will have this wealth, the money, coming your way using your knowledge. That is first half of April. Second half of April, you will generate income or wealth coming your way through your efforts and actions. So knowledge can be, people are getting impressed by your article, they see something, and then they reach out to you. Okay, you publish a book, get a royalty. You have taken an action in the past, you're getting to reap the benefit now. Something happening because of your knowledge. You may take some action also, like you're delivering some lecture, that is also because of your knowledge. But second half is purely because of your action. You have to put in some efforts to draw attention of people in the current time, and basis your efforts and action, you're going to get some income and benefit out of it. But it doesn't mean that that action will not be or will be devoid of that knowledge. No, what I mean to say is that second half of the month will be more action oriented. It will not be a reactive, it will be more proactive, to differentiate and make it more easy for you to understand. Okay. Now, recommendation. What is the recommendation for you in the month of April? See, there's Shraddha Yoga happening in 9th house. 9th house is really active, super active. Saturn and Rahu are really rubbing the shoulder, rubbing their fists. They are really grappling along. So it is highly, highly important. It is imperative for you, my friend, to be in the vicinity of Guru. Whether you can do it with the mantra, I have been sharing mantra for you in a couple of my other videos. You can make use of those videos, but try to be closer to your Guru as much as possible. You will be getting benefit out of it. That is my strong recommendation. Now, where will be your focus in the month of April? Your focus will be on your work and also on serving others in different ways and means. You can be serving others by spending time with them. You can be serving others with your money. You can do some charity work. You can be serving others by, in charity itself, by buying something for them and giving it to them. You can be serving others in various ways, by offering food to them, by offering some clothes to them, or by just being with them. That's the kind of serving you will do. What will be your pain area? Well, your constant thoughts in the month of April will be on your work front. How you like to have your job settled, how you like to have your business settled. That will be a very, very important thing for you to think about. And your thoughts will continue to be in that area. It can be your pain area. Like, it's not that you don't have money or your career is not going on, but something or other you will feel is missing. You want to achieve that, what is missing. It will continue to bother your thoughts throughout the month. And what will be your deep desire? Your deep desire will be that constant desire that you like to be with somebody who is not with you at this point in time. That will be your deep desire. You'll feel vacuum for that person. And there can be a possibility, because that deep desire, you're not with that somebody. That could be the reason that your pain area is a work front, because you're not able to share your things related to your work with that person. So you're feeling that vacuum. That's the reason you're not feeling good about yourself at work or otherwise. Those are related. Now, kind of a delightful thing. After this kind of focus and desire, delightful thing is, see, other people will reach out to you for association with you. Mark my word. Other people are going to reach out to you, and you're going to fall for them. You're going to fall for them. You'll be falling for them. Now, you'll feel like uniting with them. And they will also reach out to you with that motive only, to be uniting with you. And you're going to fall for them. Now, caution. That's the benefit of Jyotish. How do we know the other person who's reaching out to you is good for you or not? What is their motive? So, I'll tell you, it is not suggested to trust on them so easily. They're going to backstab you. The month of April, I'm not going beyond April. I'm not talking about for a very long horizon. I'm going to tell you, if somebody is going to reach out to you with an intent of uniting with you, that intimacy with you, the motive is to backstab. They just want to make use of that particular time phase with you, and then that's about it. When I'm saying backstab, see, one thing is that somebody is not serious in the relationship. Even that one can take. One can be fine with that. Somebody is not serious. Somebody just had a moment, and then after that the person is not reverting, is not connecting. That is one thing, not a good thing. That is still okay to that extent. But when somebody can backstab, they can make use of your vulnerable moments, and then you can have a defame out of that backstabbing specifically, then that is not good for you. I need to analyze that using your Aruda, a lot of other techniques. That defame can actually work against you at your workplace. So what if that person could be from your work area, could be from an area where you are interacting with your with people in different dimension, different capacity, and then you relied, you were missing somebody, and then you thought, okay, let me go along with that person, and then that person shared those moments in different ways with different people at your workplace. Just think about it, make the decision. So that's why when we get to see the benefit of Jyotish in the right perspective, see, I'm not restricting myself to very goody things. Or I'm not restricting myself to not using such specific things, right? I am being open, I am being transparent, I am being very professional. Unless I'll say such things, you'll not get to understand the gravity and you'll not make use of such important aspects of Jyotish. All right. Now, what is another caution for you? You need to take care of your hair. Hair fall, if your hair are no longer turning gray, that is also an area of concern. So hair you need to be slightly more conscious about. Take more care of your hair. Okay. Caution number 2, in the month of April, specifically in the second half of April, you may experience some challenges from the kids. Now the challenges could be in their behavior. They're not respecting you. They're not listening to you. They are not performing that well in studies. They're not kind of meeting up to your expectation, or they're not treading path in the journey of life as you would expect them to do. Something is bothering you and you are not happy about that. So that unhappiness will come from kids in second half of April. Who will be your support system? Your support system will not be from your home. It will not come from internal. Your support system will be external. Somebody who is away from your home. That away, there's no definition. It could be as foreign as you are sitting in Delhi, and that away person could be in London. That's also away from you. But that the other definition of away, it could be outside your home. It could be in a different state. It could be in a different organization. Somebody who is not linked to your family. That foreign person, that away person, will be your biggest support system. Okay. Now, supporting days, very critical days, very valuable days. Once you get to know those days, you will be able to do any endeavor, any activity, personal, professional, and you can be reasonably sure that your output will be in your favor. So those days are not based on ascendant, and currently I'm talking about Cancer ascendant, analysis from Cancer ascendant. So for the evaluation of those days, I need to think about Tithi, Var, I need to go to the level of Nakshatra, and that's where I need to tread into the path of Moon. So once I'm done with this analysis from Aries to Pisces ascendant, then I'll talk about those supportive days for every moon sign. So you can use the timestamp, go to that supportive days timestamp, and then listen to your supportive days respective to your moon sign. Okay. So this was for Cancer. Let's get into Leo ascendant. Okay. The way I'll be sharing the analysis in various heads. The first head is delightful. What are the things that will make you delighted? What are those things in the month of April? The first such thing is that it is a very good time for you to study astrology, study occult sciences. Very good time, specifically the first half of April. So you're watching this video, you are upgrading yourself in this domain. Excellent time. So when the time is excellent, and when we get to hear some concepts or learn something new, then that learning those concepts stay with us for the longer period of time. That's the benefit of starting something or doing something at an auspicious time, right? At a supportive time. Good thing. Now, the other delightful thing for you, that you're going to do, or you're going to have some travel, and you're going to travel to some spiritual places, maybe temples, some places of worship, could be mosque, whatever place of worship you may think, gurudwara or churches, so to say. And that is a very, very good time for you to have in the month of April. So make best possible use of that time, right? You're going to get knowledge out of those visits, but the knowledge of level, or the level of knowledge, will be completely different, a different level, in a different domain altogether. The other delightful thing for my Leo friends is that you will have such combination in place where you can make money out of share market. But here's my disclaimer. Please be conscious of your decision. You are responsible for your own decision. Be that aspect in mind. Use your discretion. And if you do that till 10th of April, it will really help you. It should help you, but there are different combinations in place. Be very, very cognizant before you make any decision. Yeah, 10th of April is a very good time, till 10th. Other delightful thing for you is that you're going to have good company of your children. And when you are happy, when you spend some time with children, you get to find that facet of life which is really nice and simple. So then you will also contribute to your child's journey. Now, be it journey of their study, be it the journey of their corporate, be it the journey of their business, or be it the journey of their life, their relationship, the journey of meaning, learning the meaning of life. You'll help them to understand that journey. So mutually, it will be a mutual help, win-win situation for both of you. That's a wonderful phase of your life, right? Good. The other delightful thing for you in the month of April, well, you will be spending more times in learning. Maybe you are burning midnight oil. But the good thing, this phase of time is going to help you. You're going to reap the benefits. If you're putting in more efforts, you're preparing for some competitive exam, do it. Spend more and more time in April, because this is the time which is supporting you. The more effort you will put in April, the better it is for you to get success later on. So, thumbs up with that front. Another delightful things. Well, if you are intending to join some foreign universities, intending to get some admission in foreign universities, or you want to go abroad for some, your corporate journey, you're getting into a partnership in business where your knowledge is required. You want to learn something about that business. Some businesses are there where you'll first 6 months or 1 year, you need to learn about that business. You need to learn about that job. You cannot start contributing or start being productive from day one. April is that month where your learning will be at a very, very high pace. If you want to learn about a business, how the machineries work, how the coding work, how the different different division of different functions work within an organization, this is a month to learn more about that. It will help you to learn more, learn faster, learn at a rapid pace. Okay? Recommendation. Very, very strong recommendation. But before recommendation, that delightful thing where you are going to go abroad, etc., and learn at a rapid pace, you can also see that Mars is Badakesh for you. Okay, so there can be a sudden and forced change for you that can come your way. So what I mean to say is, such decision, somebody will come suddenly. Okay, can you join this organization, or can you come to this place? Can you help me with this project? Some sudden things will come which will link to your learning. If such thing happen, think that yes, I can get success in understanding quickly. So go on with that. It is not going to be against you. So that is the beauty of Jyotish. Now we know if something is going to come to us suddenly, inviting us for something, and that something is going to favor us. So go ahead with that sudden invitation. Okay. And the recommendation is, well, you may be prompted to go for a change. Your career, your business is passing through a phase where you would have seen changes in the past, but you're still looking for a change, or your situation is that which is deserving of change. April is a month where you can actually look for change. My recommendation, whatever change you like to go for, kindly do it now. April is a very nice month which is supportive So if you like to go for a change, change now. If you like to expand your business, close the deal with, you're thinking twice, should I close the deal or not? Close it. Or whatever decision you like to make, do it in the month of April. Okay? Now, caution. The caution is your attitude will be your outlook is quite aggressive in the month of April. And your decision may be a bit impulsive. So be bit cautious. So before you take a decision, maybe you can think twice. Or before you spell something out of your mouth, maybe you'll just think about, are my words going to hurt somebody? The way I'm behaving or reacting, people are going to take it in a positive way or going to take it in a very aggressive way. So that's the kind of caution I can give you. What's your deep desire? In the month of April, your desire will be very specific, I'm going to say now, will be to enhance your family's reputation. That's your deep desire. You can do it by earning money in various ways, but your desire is to earn the reputation and equity of your family. Okay? Now, caution. To meet this desire, you need more money. Maybe you feel, I'll buy more possession. So just be sure that you're earning money in the right way, not that unjustified way. For example, to put it more political friendly way, if you are paying taxes and if you feel, okay, I can save 20,000 here by paying less taxes, I can put some receipt. My suggestion, don't do that. My suggestion, don't do that. You must not do that. Pay all your taxes. If you do that, then you will get other ways to earn more money and enhance your family reputation. But your way have to be justifiable way. Otherwise, you're going to get it from Shani. Okay, that's there. Now the other thing is caution. The caution that you are going to face a bit of incompatibility with your partner. You're going to face that. And why is that so? Because your partner behavior, you may feel that your partner is a bit high on temper. Also, your outlook is not very calm. You're also kind of aggressive. But the partner is also high on temper. That will cause conflict and confrontation. So there will be incompatibility challenges. Right? Now, that incompatibility challenge can have its impact on the workplace, because once we are not very sorted at our home in our relationship, that can percolate down to work level. But for you, there's a saving grace of Jupiter. That's the saving grace. So you'll be able to manage your home fronts separately and manage your workplace separately. Okay? My recommendation for you, 8th house is super active. No, I'm not talking about Sadesati. Please let me be very, very clear. Because Sadesati is to be seen from, or is to be evaluated from moon. If your moon is in Leo sign, then yes, you can talk about Sadesati effect being, or I'm sorry, not Sadesati. I'm not talking about the Kantak Shani impact, right? If your moon is in 8th house, then you can say Kantak Shani is activated from your 8th house. But yes, but from ascendant, I cannot evaluate that, right? So I am saying 8th house is very active because you have Saturn, Rahu, Mercury, Venus, Sun till 14th April in Pisces in your 8th house, making it super, super active. And Shraddha Yoga is also getting activated there. So what is the demand for you? It demands huge in caps, huge level of transformation for you. One easier way of being transformed is you can study a lot of astrology, study scriptures. When you're closer to that divinity in terms of scriptures, you can actually understand you much, much better. And understanding you is the first step to being transformed. Then you will meet the requirement of the 8th house, and that can be helpful for you. Okay. Now, what will be your pain area? Your pain area, because you want to increase the equity of your family, which is not happening easily. So that can eventually become your pain area. Money. Money can become your pain area. And when that is not meeting successfully, then you will try to find out the other facet of life. And that Shraddha Yoga in 8th house also prompt you, also pull you that, okay, now this is it. I need to find out the deeper meaning of life. I need to get into the spiritual aspect of life. So, and if you're not able to do that, till the time you're not able to do that, that will be your pain area. Your thoughts will be in that area. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Something is missing. The moment you will tread onto that path, then your thoughts will get into the right direction. It will be channelized into the right trajectory. Okay. Where will be your focus area? Will your focus, I'll not differentiate. For you, it is very easy. Because ultimately your desire, your pain area, and your focus are all merge at a spiritual junction. So you will start from your Earth Trikona, work and money and finances. Eventually you will realize, no, the path, the convergence is happening of different things at a spiritual level. That is a good thing. It is a good thing. At some point in time, we have to find that area of life which can give us the bigger meaning of life. So it is happening for you. So make use of the month of April, right? Make good use of the month of April. Now, caution for you. The caution for you is that you need to be very cautious about your lower part of the body. Lower part of the body, you need to be extremely cautious. Activate yourself by cycling, by swimming. Please take care of lower part of your body. And who is your support system in the month of April? Now that's very, very peculiar. I'm going to tell you something really strange. Your support system will be your friends. All the friends. No. Those friends who are elder to you in terms of age. Those friends will be your support system. Bigger support system. When you feel low in energy, low in vibe, if you be with such a friend, you will see that yes, you are able to recoup yourself. You are able to rejuvenate yourself. Your spirits are back. Such things work magic. When we get to know about support system, using Jyotish, we are able to pass through that period rather easily. We know whom do we need to approach in such a phase when the chips are down. At different points, you will face, okay, I'm not happy. And then if you know whom to reach out to, who will think about my favor, who will advise me in the right way, that's about it. Supporting days. So those are very critical and valuable days, right? Once you get to know, you will see what actions can be taken on which days, and I can expect better outcome for me. Supportive days. Which days are to be avoided, right? Now, I am currently evaluating basis your Leo ascendant. But to understand the days, I need to reach to the level of Tithi, Yoga, Panchanga, Nakshatra. So I need to go to Moon's territory. Therefore, that can be evaluated using your Moon sign. So once I'm done with this analysis from Aries ascendant to Pisces ascendant, I'll talk about supportive days using Moon signs in the same video. You can use the timestamp and go to supportive days area and look for your supportive days basis your Moon sign. Okay? So this was about Leo. And yes, one thing, I did not mention about Kantakshani, Daya. Because I am talking about ascendant analysis from Leo ascendant. If you want to get insight about impact of Sadhasati and Dhaya, both Dhaya for you specifically, Kantakshani for you, please go and listen to watch the other video on Sadhasati, where I've actually went into detail to the level of Nakshatra Pada for the next 2.5 years using the timelines, which are the phases basis your Nakshatra Pada, which will be favorable to you and where you can face challenges and what kind of challenges. So go and watch the video. And for now, this was the Leo ascendant analysis for you for the month of April. So moving to Virgo ascendant. So the way I'll be evaluating April month for you is under different categories. The first category is delightful. So what are the activities which are going to take place with you in April, which will make you feel delighted? Okay. So the first such activity is that the planetary combinations are such working in your favor, my friend, that you are naturally protected. So you can assume that broader level, the month is going to be in your way. You will be able to manage. You'll be able to enjoy the good things of life, and you'll be able to get along with not so good things of life. The April month is not going to be extraordinarily challenging for you that way, because you have the natural protection in the month of April. Okay. Now, the other delightful thing for you, you're going to be famous. The combinations are such that people will value your work. People will value your efforts. They will recognize you for that. What is popularity, by the way? When people start appreciating you for your capabilities, be it in your work area or be it in your thoughts area. So it also tells the person will be of sound thought, because unless your thoughts are good, your actions cannot be completely contrasting direction. So if people are valuing you, it means they are valuing your thoughts. They're valuing you as a person. And that is the reason you are getting popular in the month of April. So great thing. The other delightful thing for you in the month of April is that you'll feel that your inclination is more towards the higher aspects of life. It is not limited to only superficial things. You'll start to appreciate simple things of life. You'll start to appreciate good things in everybody when you interact with anybody. You'll not find faults with anybody. As a normal trait, you will not find fault. You'll find that goodness in the person. And when a person starts to evaluate or exhibit such kind of behavior, we see that the person is actually moving upward in life, in value chain system. Right? So it is a very good time for you to experience and explore this facet of life. Yes, this is also a facet of your life. This is you. Have an experience of you. Live the month of April to the fullest, because this is the month which will introduce you to such a facet of your life where you will find the hidden meaning of the divinity. Because when we start to interact with people at such a level, that also opens the door for us somewhere else. Because the beginning has to be happening with our behavior, and then those doors open which we are really aspiring for. So that is the kind of month is for you, holding very good promises in that regard. So go for it. The other delightful thing for you in the month of April, my Virgo friends, is that so it is going to be excellent for you in terms of public relations. So what do I mean by can I elaborate a bit on that? So let's say you are into an event management industry. You are managing huge events. You are into entertainment industry. You're managing parties for film stars, producers, directors, right? You are into a sports event like IPL. You're managing that kind of big event, IPL. Or at a lower level, you are organizing some sports program, cultural committee program, and you're managing those programs. You're managing big events. You're into marketing. You're marketing the products. You're into promotion area. That kind of area. Or maybe you're a YouTube creator. Or you are a social media influencer. So you can think of different directions, different categories. So month of April is going to be in your favor. You're going to get success in your initiative because people are going to see your efforts. When I say see, I mean see through. Got it? Yes. They're going to see through your efforts. They're going to recognize your efforts. They will not like, okay, ignore. No. They'll go through the deep efforts. They will not only be restricted to the output you're producing in front of them. They will also value the kind of effort you've put underneath that wrapping, that beautiful wrapping, marketing. But there's a lot of efforts underneath that beautiful wrapping. Okay, so after 7th of April, here's a specification. After 7th of April, you will suddenly feel that you're getting very passionate after 7th of April. And so that passionate and social media and public relationship where you're going to be successful, it has a connect, right? So what will you do? Remember the date, after 7th of April, okay? So when you are already good at public relationship, and on top of that, your passion is on the high, so you are going to mix this, okay? So you're going to say, let's go for a tea. In office hours, let's go for a tea. After office hours, let's go for drink. During vacation, let's go for day out. Let's meet up. Let's catch up. Let's go for an IPL match together. Let's party out. So your frequency, your engagement with people will also be increased. You like to connect more with people. Earlier, you were connected more at a professional level. You do have the skills, but now, after 7th of April, your connection will extend from professional to personal dimensions also. So that's the thing I want to communicate. Okay. So delightful thing. Another delightful thing. It is a very good time in terms of studies. The people who are studying, great. Make best possible use of this time. College, school, professional courses, whatever spectrum of life you are. Go for it. Prepare for it. As I always say, study is not limited to only books and education curriculum. Study is also in every domain of life, be it your sports domain or be it your learning the life, it's also a study, isn't it? So I'll not go deep into that as I've already covered in some juncture. So even if you are doing some sports activity, it is important to study how the person is going to ball. If you're facing a bowler like Bumrah, is he going to be coming up with an in-swinger? Is going to come up with a yorker, right? So it is a study the mind of the bowler. So April month is going to help you. So you can use this knowledge and make yourself better by understanding behavior of other people and other situation. So nobody will be able to take you for granted because you have that capability in the month of April. Now, what will be your pain area in the month of April? Well, your pain area or your thoughts. By pain area, I mean, what is the area which will bother you 24/7? Now, that area will be your health. Something or the other, you'll be bothered about your health in the month of April. Okay, that's your pain area. What will be your deep desire in the month of April? Well, the desire, you like to make yourself upgraded. That's the desire. Now, can I be a bit more specific? Upgraded means, do I like to buy a Mercedes? Upgraded, what upgraded? Well, you like to upgrade yourself to a better version of yourself, version 2, so to say. In which kind of spectrum? Please be a bit more elaborative. Yeah. You like to upgrade your journey in the direction of Ketu. Means you like to upgrade yourself in spirituality. Wow, what a desire to have. If somebody has such a desire means you are wanting to go to that path. You want to tread that direction. What a wonderful desire to have. Please go for it. Why not to spend some time? It is a desire because so far it has not been fulfilled. You've not been onto that journey yet. You have not yet upgraded. You're still in version 0, version 1. Good time to go to version 2 of yourself. See yourself upgraded and feel good. With that goodness, that delightfulness will be the true contentment as you understand. Go for it. Okay? Very good desire. Okay. What is the caution? So please be very, very careful that you're not very harsh in terms of judging people. When you get that kind of capability to understand and evaluate the situation and people and overall learning capability, so do not be harsh. It's not people who change. It is a situation which changes. That's the harsh truth of life. So be a bit more kind of a realistic with them. Be a bit more understandable with them. Do not be very harsh. Do not be judgmental about them. That's the kind of thing I'll communicate to you, my Virgo friend. And where will your focus be in the month of April? Well, your focus will be either you'll try to mix two things. You'll try to mix business with passion. That's your focus. And I've kind of built up the entire context and try to understand to you how these things are working for you. So eventually your focus area will shift towards that enjoyment domain as well. So just keep that in mind. So my recommendation to you in terms of your workspace, so you can actually start to put in your effort. If you like to make a move in your career at job front, if you like to expand your business, if you like to meet more people, build more connectivity, convert more deals, then this is the time to expand. Just go full throttle with all your energies, activate your network. Consider the April to be that month which will actually be helpful for you. It is going to be an instrumental month for you to start your journey in that path. So initiate, make use of April, initiate your journey, start your efforts. Okay, that's the recommendation. And what is my caution to you? See, for you, seventh house is extremely active, and that is also a reason that your focus is also in the pleasure side of world, kind of super active. Also because a lot of planets are there. As you know, Shraddha Yoga is also there. Saturn and Rahu are in close proximity, rubbing shoulders with each other. So, I mean, it's not an easy time to experience the seventh house activity. So it also put that thought into your head that your expectation from your spouse will be on the rise. That kind of impact it can have in your head. Aren't you a sensible person? I think you're a pretty reasonable person, sensible person. You understand how the other person may feel. You're very rational when it comes to speaking, quite rational. Why? Because the planetary combination is such, the enmity is now basically impacting your seventh house. That is the reason you'll feel that your partner, your spouse is behaving like your enemy. You'll find the actions and the behavior quite strange, and that will kind of making you take a step back. That is why a seventh house relationship is quite challenging and tricky. So, and you will feel the need of somebody to share your feelings, because you will feel a vacuum with your partner because of distortion in understanding, distortion of images. So when people will approach you, in the month of April, so you'll kind of give up. You'll give in to them. You'll feel, okay, I need somebody to talk to. Why not let me speak to this person and then spend some time with this person? That's how things will unfold. I've shared the reason why it will happen, because the reasoning is different in different cases. In your case, the reasoning is because of XYZ reasons, as I just mentioned to you. Now, and this will happen specifically in second half of April. If you remember, I mentioned earlier the date of 7th of April, after which your passion will be on the rise, and you will start to mix up your profession with your personal space into pleasurable area. Similarly, here the enmity also is going to activate it after first half of April. So second half of April, you see, when you are kind of going a distant from your partner and getting closer with somebody else, that can happen. So just a caution to you, kind of a light to you. Now, Jyotish, the benefit of beauty of Jyotish is to evaluate further whether the person is good for you, who's coming to you. What is the motive of that person? Let me tell you. That person is not going to be good for you. You will feel, that person will give you a feeling that person is very intellectual, very wise person, is very good to you. You'll feel, okay, this person is very, very good to talk to. Very sorted kind of guy or girl. How can this person be a person who cannot be trustworthy? The thing is, as I mentioned, it is not people who change, it is situation changes. And it is not about situation at other person's hand. It is about how the planetary position are working for you, how it is working for your Aruda, how it is working for your Lagna, how it is working for your entire horoscope at this point in time in April. That person eventually will not turn out to be in your favor. It can lead to a lot of complications, and the complication will not be limited to only complication. That complication can turn into scandals. I'm realizing the kind of word I'm using, very heavy word, scandal, yes. So therefore, I'm kind of forewarning you. Don't fall for the intellect. Don't fall for some short-tempered, short-sighted, enticing things. Think about it. Is it worth it? Now that you know that thing can turn into a scandal, so you can better take a good call, right? Okay. Well, after all this thing, let me tell another delightful thing for you. Okay. So those of you who are looking forward to this pleasurable aspect of life for get married, fantastic time for you to get married. April is a great time for you to get married, to tie the knot. And why I'm saying is a great time. So if you do that, it will be good for you in terms of your life. You will feel, you will start to see a lot of good things happening with you. So marriage is good for you. So if you're wanting to get married, please go. This is the right time, good time. Okay. Who will be your support system in the month of April? Well, this will be your mother. Please spend more time with her. You will feel more relaxation. If your mother is not around, then try to talk to her over phone. Otherwise, spend time with mother-like elderly figures. Okay. What are your supporting days? Valuable and critical. Then you can take actions or make your work on those days to get something productive and successful outcome. Well, I am currently evaluating the results for Virgo ascendant. But those days, I need to tread into the territory of moon because I'll be looking at Tithi, Var, Nakshatra. Therefore, once I'm done with my analysis for Aries to Pisces ascendant, then I'll start my analysis on favorable days for moon signs in the same video. You can use the timestamp to go to your moon sign and take advantage of that. Yeah. So this was for your analysis for Virgo ascendant. So let's start with Libra ascendant. So I'll be sharing this April analysis for you in various categories. The first category is what are the activities unfold for you in April which will make you feel good. So I'm putting them in the category delightful. Okay. So the first delightful activity for you will be that you will feel that you have got that special power. Special power is not something unimaginable. It is the power to comprehend things very easily. And that you will feel very, very suddenly that you are able to understand what the other person is thinking or going to say. So the benefit of having such an interpretational power is that nobody will be able to play against you, right? You will be able to understand their hidden intent only by the way they are saying. So such combination, if we have in somebody's natal chart, then such people will get that power by default. And then this power also can make you a very good astrologer. Because in astrology, if you have such kind of power, then that actually helps what the client is about to ask, what does the client want to know, and how the planets are interplaying. So such thing is very important. But because it is only for April, for the month of April, this combination is playing out in your favor. So enjoy this kind of positioning. Yeah, great thing. Second delightful thing for you, that you will feel that things are happening for you in the complete perspective. Like people say, this person is perfectionist, right? That is the person's perspective. But if things happen for you in a way that they are complete by itself, you don't need to make it perfect anymore. You know, things are getting onto you after getting perfect. So that's the kind of things you're going to receive. So the other way to look at it, that yes, you will behave like a perfectionist, but I'll say more at a blessing that things are happening for you in a complete and nice manner. And then if something is lacking, then you are putting in your touch to make the things even better and flourish. Okay. Okay. The next delightful thing for you, that for you, Dhimanta Yoga is going to be activated this April. And that's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing to have. And specifically because this will give you very good intelligence and also the power to vision. You know, Venus represents the vision aspect. How do we perceive things? So even by the thought of certain thing, you'll be able to perceive those things in your mind and comprehend in a such nice way. And then you'll be able to depict those things, be it in a pictorial way or be it an explanatory way, in a very, very nice way. So your intelligence will definitely be polished in the month of April. And people will do take a note of this, because such things will not be limited to you. It will be really, the effect will be cascading down to a lot of people and community around you, in and around you. Okay. The other delightful thing for you is that, hey, you are going to be really aggressive, not in a very, very generic sense. You're going to eat up your enemies, literally eat up. No enemy will be able to stand up against you. April is going to be such a month for you that you are literally going to crash your enemies in the big time. Yeah, so that's a great time. So make good use of it. Like, so if you feel a plotting is being happening against you, or somebody is not doing good to you, I mean, in that situation, you can kind of evaluate the situation and try to save yourself first rather than causing harm to somebody. It is better to save yourself and then don't create any more karma. Just you're fine, your family is fine, things are working fine around you. That's about it. If somebody is not doing good to you or not thinking good about you, then it's their karma. Let them be happy in their space. Yeah. Okay. The next delightful thing for you is, so that was a go-getter attitude to the extent of you are about to eat up the enemies. Now, actually, you are going to have a very, very good capability to manage people and lead people. That leadership capability that you will experience is very nice. But the downside of this capability with this kind of planetary combination for you in April, that you will be you'll be a person who is a bit emotionless. It is like, get this done. You will not care too much how the person is getting the thing done. That emotional quotient, the empathy, that will be slightly lacking in your behavior. Internally, you may feel a different thing. We're not talking about moon, you're looking at the ascendant. So that external outward characteristic of you, it will be sane empathy, I'll say. Yeah, sane empathy. Okay. Next thing is basically a caution. So first half of April month, there will be a lot of enemies, right? And because you have the power to eat up the enemies, because they don't know of that thing. So there will be a lot of enemies, and then when they realize that, oh my goodness, whom are we messing against? Then they'll back up. They'll completely back out on their own. Yeah, but first half, the beginning with the month, you need to be a bit cautious. Now, for you, 6th house is super active because 4 planets conjunction and Sun is also there in the first half of the month. And then Shraddha Yoga is also there because of Saturn and Rahu close proximity. So you need to be a bit cognizant of the fact that Shadripu can actually rise. Those things can actually rise. So take good care of the things you eat so that your health stay intact. And if possible, try to serve the humanity. That can be a very good thing for you to do in this phase, in the month of April, so that things remain calm. It doesn't go beyond a threshold level, right? It stay calm at least. The other delightful thing now. So you will have a lot of travel, but travel will be there, no doubt. But along with travel, there will be a lot of aggressive behavior will come through while you're traveling with people. If somebody is traveling in your family, your kids, your grandparents, your parents, them on some small petty things. So you need to be careful that when you're speaking something, you're just measuring how things are being perceived externally, and then you speak up. But otherwise, you will have a great time. You will kind of have a good food, good dine out, good life, good relaxation, good leave, good travel. Everything is quite nice, in a nice and decent way lined up for you, right? Now, the other area, that's the pain area for you in the month of April, where your thoughts will be 24/7. What will be thinking about throughout the month of April in your head? Something will bother you. Basically, that's nothing but the relationship with your partner. That's an area where you will not be too much happy about. Something or the other you will feel lacking. Either your emotional quotient is not compatible, or somehow understanding issue is not that great enough, or you're not able to spend enough time with each other. Something is lacking. You'll feel that. And also this will also prompt you. Basically, some sort of troubled relationship can lead such doors to open, that which will prompt you to go out external and look for some external people to mingle with. So that's an area where you need to be a bit more cautious. Yeah. What will be your deep desire in the month of April? Your deep desire is basically again linked to your pain area, because that is the pain area and you are not able to feel content and happy, right, with your 12th house activities from your 7th house. So you'll try to find out and get some pleasure, external measures. So that's an area which you'll feel internally, yes, I want that, I want this. You'll keep thinking about these things quite a lot, and that will become your desire, or to an extent as an obsession. So basically, and this thing can turn up the heat. So there can be a possibility that you interact with somebody who is kind of an outside from your local circle, somebody foreign to your local circle, and then you get along with that person quite well, right? And then you like to spend more and more time with that person. And there's a highly likelihood that this association or this spark can actually turn into a relationship as well. So just be careful, specifically in the first half of April. So be very careful that, because in first half of April, your energies are quite high. The passionate energy is quite high. So you need to keep a tab on that. Okay. And my caution, my recommendation, that you spend more time with your spouse, more time with your family, so that you don't get up into such a situation where you need to take a judgment later on. Better to save yourself beforehand. Yeah. Okay. The other thing is that in terms of education and all, I see that there can be some breakage in your education. So if you are studying, you'll find that you are caught up in some other conflicting priorities, and you are not getting enough time to study or complete your curriculum. Or if you were supposed to go to a foreign university, or you're supposed studying in foreign, you're messed up in some other political scenario, or because of some health reason or something or the other will prevent you to continue or complete your studies. So that breakage can be there. So just keep an eye on that. Okay. Now, where will be your focus area? See, because your relationship is definitely an area which is linked to your desire and pain. But to be away from this aspect of life, you'll try to focus more on the work side. You'll feel, okay, let that area be there. If I'll get more money, I'll have money, I can enjoy my life my way. Let me earn more money. So focus will primarily on work and money area. So that trine is super active for you, and you will do really good because you are pretty much intelligent. Otherwise, you're also intelligent, but in April, the Dhimanta Yoga will definitely support you to kind of get good deal in that area. Okay, there's one caution though. I briefly mentioned that enmity in the first half, basically, and that is also happening because of Daniya Parivartan, 6 and 8. So that can also lead to some other complication, like you understand that rogue report in, so that debt, enmity, and kind of disease. So those are just names. You need not be bothered about these things, because everything cannot be activated at the same time, right? And you have got some decent protection cover available for you in your chart. So I'm just highlighting and making you sensitive that yes, health can be an area where you need to put focus, specifically in the first half. Enmity can be an area. So if you're cautious about it, then obviously second half is going to be much calmer and much smoother. Yeah. Who will be your support system? So your sister-in-law, or sister-like figure will be your biggest support system. So please make good use of this support system to your advantage. Now, supporting days. Extremely critical and important days, so that you are aware that which are the days where you can put in effort and you get the maximum result out of it. And these dates cannot be evaluated from ascendant, right? So currently I'm evaluating the result for your ascendant. So once I'm done with ascendant from Aries to Libra, Aries to Pisces, apologies, then in the same video, I'll talk or cover these supportive days and avoidable days basis the moon sign. So you can use the timestamp to go to your moon sign section and get this visibility, which is extremely important for you to know and make good use of. So that was analysis for Libra ascendant. Right, let's get into Scorpio ascendant. So as you know, I am kind of providing the analysis in different categories, and I'll begin with those activities or events which will unfold for you in the month of April and which will bring delight to you, right? So what are those delightful events? The first of such event will be that you will actually exhibit a very strong character. So the character can have various dimensions. Moral character, the character to uphold the ground, the character to help somebody, different dimensions. So your character in various dimensions will be quite strong, and explicitly people will take note of this, right? And your children will actually like this aspect of yours, and they'll be pretty much close to you. So you will have a good time, good bond with your children. If you don't have children, then your siblings who are like children, or people or kids in general. So you'll feel that this phase of April will be that way quite nice to you. Okay. Now, the other delightful thing for you is that in addition to children, because I've experienced that whenever we have a good time with children, automatically by default, I've noticed in my experience by dealing with astrology, that somehow their simplicity, their attitude, that piousness actually bring us closer to spirituality. It happens automatically. So the combination of astrology, planetary combination are unfolding in your case in such a way that you will actually be drawn towards spiritual pursuits. That is such a fantastic, delightful aspect. So April month, that way is quite nice, that you will spend a lot of time in spiritual pursuits. Okay. A third delightful thing for you, that for you the studies, the learning, the education will be great. Those of you who are studying can make the best possible use of this time. Those of you who are in corporate or doing some hobby studying, like you are reading a novel or you are reading some storybook, you are reading astrology, studying, learning Jyotish, or any kind of research-oriented subject, space learning, astronauts learning. So all those things, whatever you're doing, you will do a good amount of research in that area, and you will have a good knowledge and understanding in such a way that you'll be able to deliver a speech on that area. You have a command on the subject. So that way you will get that recognition. Okay. Now, caution in space of education, that specifically in second half of April, you will experience a bit of breakage or challenges in your learning, in your education space. So the way you can make use of this visibility now, that make the best possible use of first half of April, and then let the status quo, even if the learning parameter curve goes down, still it will be kind of constant at a break-even level. You will be able to meet up to the basic standard. Yeah. The next delightful thing for you is that you are going to be street smart. See, I'm not saying you are going to be intelligent, wise, aggressive, entrepreneurial spirit. No, those are a different connotation. Street smart is a phenomena in which a person is not only intelligent, but he's clever and smart enough to protect himself and then still get the things done. That kind of street smart attitude, you will experience that, yes, that is getting inbuilt into you in the month of April. So enjoy that. The other delightful thing for you is that you will have a great interest in occult science, and specifically in the Tantra side of occult science. For example, Lal Kitab or some black magic thing. It sounds quite heavy, right? Isn't it? But see, it's all about interest. 1 month cannot make the things, cannot do a lot of things to you into your favor, or can take it against you. So it is all about the interest, as long as we are intending to get some good knowledge. And more important, after getting a knowledge, we are going to put the knowledge to good use. It is good. So it is about how you are going to use that knowledge. That is more important. But this interest you will experience, and you will kind of make some measures to kind of understand and learn more into it. As I mentioned, the learning is in your favor. So whatever you want to learn, you can learn that quite well. What will be your pain area? So in that regard, two things will actually be in your mind. One will be your peer pressure. Somehow you will feel that there is always a competition kind of thing, be it visible or it is implied. There is some competition, and which is impacting your health. That is the pain area. Your thoughts will always be in that peer pressure, and consequently inbuilt health issues, right? And the other pain area will be in the space of learning, because though you will learn and people will recognize you, but you will experience that second half of the month specifically, you will not be able to retain a lot of things. First half is quite supportive, very well, right? Second half things come down, as I mentioned earlier, but this challenge is coming from a different combination, that yes, in addition to things going down, you will not be able to digest the learning. So to put things into perspective, you can safely assume that first half of the month is quite supportive for you in learning, and second half is kind of neutral or one level down. Yeah. Okay. Now, a recommendation, because for you, fifth house is super active. Fifth house, all the things are happening in terms of conjunction of planets. 5 planets are conjunct, and with Saturn, Rahu are close proximity, putting a lot of pressure. So my recommendation to you is that you need to do your prayers and mantra regularly. It is not going to be easy. With such a conflict in fifth house of prayers, you are not going to find it very easy. But if you do that, it can really it can make things calm down, and that will be a good respite for you. Yeah. And your focus. So focus will not be different from what you've learned so far, because focus sprouts sometime out of pain area, sometime out of desire, which I'll speak about a short while. Your focus is going to be on transformation. And transformation comes from astrology. It can come from Lal Kitab if you put to it in a good use or learn good things out of it. It can come from any scriptures. So that will be your focus and your goal. Okay, this is I should do. This is a good thing. That's how you will think. This is a good thing. Now, how do we interpret? If first half of the month is good for learning, you may like to go and read Tantra, Lal Kitab, Black Magic, whatever. But when we know second half is not supporting us, that ideally you should be touching or picking up books which are positive and constructive in nature, not which have negative connotations built around it, right? Okay. What is your deep desire? in April? What will you feel at a deep level? So basically, you will like to mingle more with friends and go out on a small trips. You like to be away from your basic life, boring routine. Sometimes we are stuck to our life on day-in-day basis, and we feel a breather from ourselves. So you like to get that breather and like to spend time with your friends, maybe your childhood friends, office colleagues, society colleagues, community friends, so that you'll feel happy and good about yourself and kind of feel rejuvenated. That is your deep desire. And another delightful thing for you. So basically, you will actually have that kind of personality that you will be the showstopper of your gatherings. That's quite peculiar, but you will experience that. That's the impact of Jyotish. So you will feel that wherever you're going, in whatever gathering, small gathering or relatively large gathering, people will make a note of you. You will not go unrecognized. That's a big thing. So April month, that way you can find yourself quite visible around people. Yeah. And you do have another delightful thing, my friend. You do have Srimanta Yoga, which will give you amazing capabilities. Now, such capability sometimes also goes to our spouse as well. So whatever it is, it will be in the house. And such capability can actually give people the healing power, which generally astrologers or such kind of doctors have. So that is a very good time for you to make good use of this power, this yoga, this pious yoga. But the hindsight of this yoga is that this can actually creep up some relationship issues. And this can happen for you in the month of April. So the caution, there are highly chances that you can get into a relationship. And now the question is, will that kind of bonding, that aspect will be positive for you or not? And to that extent, Jyotish can help us. And I'll tell you, that person will come with a good intent. So as long as you kind of manage this relationship at a nice level, you stay in that boundaries and then kind of take it up as a person whom you can interact with, share and discuss, it's all good. But the person will come with a good intent. That's a benefit thing for you to know. And who is going to be your support system in the month of April? Well, for you, the support system will be your younger sibling or friends. So these people will be your good support system. So when you feel a bit low, where the chips are down, and then now you know that yes, Jyotish has told you that yes, if I spend time with my younger sibling or my friends, then definitely they will be understandable to me. They will say things or kind of do things in my favor. I'll get some energy out of their discussion. My aura will become positive once again. So that's the thing. That's the advantage you can make use of. And your supporting days for the month of April. Now, days are very, very valuable and critical. And these dates can be deciphered from moon sign. It cannot be deciphered from Lagna. And currently, I am evaluating your Lagna analysis from Lagna. So once I'm done from Aries to Pisces Lagna analysis, in the same video, I'll start doing the supporting days analysis from Moon Rashi. So you can use the time step and go to your Moon Rashi and find the visibility of these amazing days, which can be really supportive to you in terms of bringing good results and good outcomes. Yeah. So good luck with that. So with this, let us get into Sagittarius ascendant. So for you, this is a good beginning in terms of having good intelligence. You too going to have a Dhimanta yoga. And that's a great yoga to have good intelligence. And more than that, your internal thoughts will actually be quite nice. And Sagittarius people, let me tell you, I've received a comment from one of my friend over my YouTube channel that I need to spend more time on Sagittarius. So request accepted. I'm going to go a bit deeper in Sagittarius. Okay. So Dhimanta yoga will make you a bit quite intelligent and smart and understandable of the situation and surrounding around you. That's important. And this actually makes you successful. All these qualities, you will be able to take good decisions, and decision will lead to success. That's a natural curve. Whether success will come or not, because your April month is showing favorable result, yes, success will also come for your endeavors. And the way I'm kind of giving the analysis is under various categories. So first category, I'm starting up with delightful. So your Dhimanta yoga is delightful, or the activities which is going to make you delighted. Okay. The next delightful activity for you is basically, you will feel very energetic. You will feel, okay, I have so much of capability. I can even move the mountain. That kind of rigor, that kind of power or capability you will feel. You'll be able to manage the entire team and a lot of people. That leadership capability, managerial quality, you will feel that you do have that, right? But the thing is, second half of April, this can have its own complication. So I suggest you that you use the capability in such a way which is amicable to other people also, right? First half looks fine, but second half, if you kind of go my way or highway type of scenario, then things can fall back on you. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Now, caution that you may feel a bit of opposition during the month of April, specifically if you don't execute your leadership and managerial capability in an amicable way, then obviously there can be plenty of opposition. And I've already cautioned you that you need to manage it well. Now, other delightful thing for you is that you will feel a quite nice attitude, nice discipline actions from kids around you. So if you tell them do this or don't do this, they will listen to you. It is not because of managerial capability, no, because kids may not like that kind of behavior. It is because the combination is such that your connect when you are with kids or when you will be with kids in the month of April, you will suddenly feel you're a different personality and you feel to like the company of the kids. And that's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign. So that's good. But again, this is more applicable for the first half of April. Yeah. Okay. Now, the other delightful thing for you, that's a great thing. That's a very, very good thing, I'll say. So because you are going to put a lot of efforts. Now, putting efforts is good in general, but for you, it is very good because you're going to put a lot of efforts in kind of managing your home, in making things nice for people at home, in making their lives better, in making the entire atmosphere of home very livable kind of atmosphere. So that's a very, very nice and delightful thing going to happen with you in the month of April. Cheers for that. Good luck. And a caution. Caution is that you will have a peculiar challenge from your partner. So your partner may feel like to control a lot of things at home. Now those lot of things can percolate down to areas like finances, to the extent of finances also, and other things. So that's a peculiar thing you are going to face in the month of April, and that can be a bit tricky to manage. So delightful thing again for you. You'll have enough money to buy all the material comfort which can give you joy. That's a fantastic and delightful thing to have, right? So, but you need to be a bit more cautious of the last week of April when the things can change a bit, but it will not go against you. It will still be in favor of you. Overall, the month is quite nice in terms of finances for you. You're going to get a lot of material comfort. You'll not feel the void, right? Okay. Now, the other delightful thing, and that's very nice, that thing. When I'm saying you will not feel the dearth of money, it also leads me to say that in terms of property, the happiness from home as a physical boundary. Are you going to buy a property? You can, if you have the money, if you have the desire and intent to buy, you can go ahead. So you can also get the opportunities to work from home. That is that kind of time. So if you're looking forward to work from home and you like to be at home, right? Because you're putting in effort to improve the vibes of home anyways. So why not, if given an opportunity, you can work from home. So you will get that kind of opportunity. And if you do that, it will work in your favor, right? And this also brings me to another point, which is basically slight complication. And that's your linkage with your father and his family will slightly not be that connected in April, right? So that's an area you need to keep in mind. Don't be surprised if you are out of connect with them for quite a time. So just be cautious of that. Okay. Now, ideally, fourth house, this home and all these things should be really good for you basis the combination which I've just analyzed. But the thing is, for you, fourth house is a house which has a high energy. We have the Shraddha Yoga, we have 5 planets sitting there, at least 5 in the first half of the month. So it is very, very active, super active. So it has its own complications. You may expect, in spite of other blessings, other delightful things which I've kind of evaluated, there can be some challenges because fourth house is extremely active. So now it depends on your effort and your demeanor. How do you behave? If you come across a challenge, do you react immediately or do you maintain your composure? If you maintain your composure, you know other delightful things are there. They can actually support you. The only thing you need to do is to maintain your composure. And you can be connected to your mother, because if you keep your mother happy, so then obviously things will calm down on its own. So that way you can be smart enough to make your mother happy and then let the things calm down. Okay. Now, pro tip, Jyotish magic. So as you know, if there's a likelihood that your partner may like to control a lot of things even to the extent of money, why not you take out some time and try to understand, go to the depth of how money is being managed. Try to work around with your spouse and manage it in a nice way so that it is not put to any misuse. As long as it is being used nicely, it is fine. But there can be a situation you find out things are not being put to nice use. It is going the spend has been made which is not a nice and fruitful spend. So to that extent, you need to manage and control that well. Okay. Now, pain area for you in the month of April. So there can be disturbance and chaos at work while you're home. So look at that like this. Fourth house is under radar. Now 410 is an axis. So when we look at Jyotish, we always think about axis, whether we explicitly communicate that or not. The thinking is always in axis. So 4th and 10th axis is under radar, I can say, to that extent. So there can be challenges at your workplace, right? You are putting an effort to manage your home. You're away, your attention is away from workplace. That thing can cause confusion. You're putting focus on your workplace. You're away from your home. That thing, that activity can really go out of control. So it's a 4th and axis for you, which you have to manage with your calmness. Okay. Now, what's your deep desire in the month of April? Well, because the problem you're facing at workplace, at this point in time, as I mentioned, whom you're managing safely and able to manage. So your deep desire is, hey, my work should be settled. That's your desire. You want your work to be settled, right? Stay constant, stay in the right space as it is. You want it work to be settled. So my recommendation to you, very peculiar recommendation, is that April is a very, very good time. So if you really want to make use of for your work, you can put in as many effort as you want. You want to expand, you want to try some new domain in your workplace, you want to take an internal movement in your office, you want to take some extra responsibility, you want to take on some project work, expand yourself, expand horizon. April is a month which will support you. So that's a thing you can keep in mind. Now, another recommendation, my friend, Sagittarius Ratna people, that kindly do not buy a property in the month of April. It will not be good for you. In the long run, this will not be fruitful for you. Either you will have a loss or you will not be able to enjoy the property by staying in there. Don't buy a property in the month of April. Okay. Now, caution, please take care of your mother. Whom, anyways, you're putting in effort, it is good to take care of your mother, spend some more time emotionally and physically, just to ensure her health is fine. It is good for you to take care of your mother. Okay. Now, support system. Who is the support system in the month of April? Well, your younger friends who are not of your age or not elder to you, but younger in age to you, those will be your support system. You see the magic? So when you feel low, when you feel, okay, I am not feeling happy about myself, spend some time with your friends and then you will feel your energy is back. You're charged up. That's a great feeling, isn't it? So now you know who is your support system in April. Make use of it. Supporting days, extremely useful and valuable days. And the days can be deciphered from moon. Currently, I am explaining the result from Sagittarius ascendant. I need to use the methodology from moon, and then you will be able to find out days which can be supportive to you throughout the month of April. Extremely, extremely nice and useful information to have. So once I'm done with my analysis for all the ascendant from Aries to Pisces, then after that, in the same video, I'll mention the supporting days for moon signs. So then you can use the timestamp and go to the supporting days section and can go to your moon sign and get the visibility of your supporting days. And yes, Dhaya, I did not mention in this analysis because I am not evaluating the impact of Dhaya from ascendant. Dhaya can be evaluated from moon sign. And you can go and watch my video on Sade Sati, Kantakshani, in which I have evaluated the impact of Dhaya and Kantakshani in detail for all the moon signs, for all the nakshatra, even to the extent of nakshatra pada, covering a time zone of 2.5 years with giving you specific timing, which time will be good for you and which area. It's a great thing to know and make a note for the next 2.5 years and put good use for your life. Okay. So this was the analysis for Sagittarius ascendant. Let's move to Capricorn ascendant. You guys, congratulations. You too have the Dhimanta Yoga, which will give you great intelligence. You know, this is a very nice and auspicious yoga. And April month is going to support you. Having this yoga means your thought process will be pious. You're able to thought in the right way. And when your intelligence supports you, right, and you think in the right way, then fantastic results can be achieved. So having such kind of a blessing in the first place is half the job done. You can consider it that way. So that's a good thing to have to begin with. And the way I'm kind of delineating the analysis is that I am sharing the April results for you in terms of April planetary position in various buckets, various categories. First category is delightful. What are the things which are going to make your life delighted, make you feel delighted? So this Dhimanta Yoga is definitely in that category. The other delightful thing for you is that, well, you're going to have a lot of efforts. That is fine, looks quite generic in nature, but your self-effort are like to the energy of a lion. You will be, I will do it. In spite of any resistance, challenge, conflict, you will not give up. The lion never gives up. No, lion is a lion. You'll be like the king. I will do it till it is done. That kind of attitude. And with that intelligence, understanding that yes, how this thing can be done. Isn't it half and half are connected and it becomes the complete wholesome? That's the thing you're going to feel in the month of April. Okay, the other delightful thing, my Capricorn friend, is that you're going to get respect for your efforts, for your intelligence. Now, is it not obvious? Well, my friend, in this life, you would have experienced a lot of times that people who put effort, who do a lot of work, not always get the recognition. It doesn't happen automatically. There have to be some nice combinations in place that yes, are you getting good recognition out of your efforts? If you are, then that's really an icing on the cake, which you will be in the month of April. So watch out for this month. Good for you. Yeah. Okay. Now, another delightful thing, and that for you, the tools are very important. And which are your tools? Basically, for Capricorn people, the tools are important. For you, the tool is writing. Okay, that tool is quite important. And if you are, let's say, a sports person, your tool could be your, if you're a hockey player, hockey stick, that's your writing, right? Let's say if you are a cricketer, your tool could be your cricket bat or ball, that's your writing. So whatever you do, if you're a Capricorn ascendant person, whatever you do, those activity with which you do, that becomes your tools. For a person who is academic person, intellect person, for that person, pen can be a tool. So writing important. If you are a YouTube creator, for you, the tool can be to the extent of how you think, how you speak. So whatever things you use, those becomes your tool. How do you present yourself? All these things becomes your tool, right? And I'll go one step further. Even the physical thing, what kind of camera do you use? Are you using a DSLR? Are you using your phone? Are you using mirrorless camera? What kind of lens you use? What kind of lighting you use? So all these things become the tool. So the tools will become extremely important for you. And so these tools are going to support you. The beauty is that. And you are going to get success in your endeavor with the help of your tools. That's the message I want to communicate. It is good for you. Fantastic. So far, so good. So a recommendation for you to be sure that your tools work in your favor. There is a condition. And the Jyotish, the beauty of Jyotish is it reveals what is the condition. Jyotish reveals that the condition is for you to ensure that your tools work in your favor. You have to plan. The better you plan, the effectively you will be able to use your tools. You understand? Isn't it obvious? It is obvious. But sometimes it happens when things are going well, things are going in our favor, we tend to take things for granted, don't we? So therefore, when you realize that okay, after a few days of time, oh, things are in my favor, I'm doing good. Please plan. Ensure, as an example, your camera is charged so that while you're about to make video, you realize, oh, camera is not charged. I can't make a video. So small things. So planning is a prerequisite for you. Okay. Now another delightful thing for you. The delightful thing is that while you are intelligent and while you are capable, you'll also have, while you're making effort, you'll also have the courage in you. Courage in the sense, let's say somebody is challenging you, challenging your capability. Hey, I don't think you can do that. You will say self-effort is one thing, but you will have that confidence in your capability that you will say, let me try. While internally you may feel, who can stop me? But you will actually put in all the effort and get that thing done. So your composure, your inherent courage will come to the fore in the month of April. That's a wonderful thing to have. Okay. Now, another delightful thing. Well, basically your thought about, how do I put it? So basically your prayers, your focus, your internal desire that how should I make myself upgraded will get culminated in a way that you will put focus on your prayers, right? So my recommendation is, while you're putting focus on your prayers, why not to try it to be regular? If you are able to do it regularly thing is not there. Currently, that regularity is lacking. And I'll tell you, you will find, howsoever you try to be regular, howsoever you find, and mind you, in your fifth house, Jupiter is placed. Still, I am taking the liberty to say this. Listen to me now, what I'm saying. In spite of having a Jupiter in your fifth house, I'm saying this, that second half of your April, you will have obstruction in your prayers. Try to be regular. Okay? Great. Now, another delightful thing for my Capricorn friends is that this month will not kind of disappoint you from getting wealth. It will be in your favor. And people will also appreciate you that you are looking handsome, you're looking charming. That's great, isn't it? So you'll get that kind of appreciation there, those kind of compliments as well. So if you like to put some more time to kind of make you ready for public visibility, worth spending the time. You can do it because you are going to be recognized. Yeah. Now another delightful, your dharma is quite strong this month. I'm talking about April, right? Not in general, because your mantra though may not be regular in the second half of April, still your dharma is going to be supportive. Yeah. Now, caution. See, your third house is super active, right? All the game is happening in third house with 5 planets being there. Sun will be there till first half of April, and then Saturn and Rahu are in close proximity, rubbing shoulder against each other. They're very, very close, just getting close into each other. So third house denotes a lot of things. It denotes, so there can be a possibility of self-effort can get questioned, challenged, resistance. So that's why I was saying that you will have the courage. That is an added advantage to have at the back of your head. So you will be able to manage. But to do that, it is important. My recommendation to you is that please listen to the teaching of the Guru. Be closer to Guru. Spend some time in meditation. Your religious thing is also supporting you, right? And if you handhold of your religious pursuits and spend time in the teaching of the Guru, in the principles laid down by your Guru, then I think then this third house problem will be fine to manage. It will not go beyond a threshold, and you should be able to manage it pretty well. Yeah. Now, caution, please take care of your father. Take care of his health, spend some time mentally, physically, emotionally. Just be there for him in April. He'll like it, and you too will love it, I'm sure. Okay. Now, another caution, that you will feel that your education is kind of taking a downside, or your learning is taking a brief hit, specifically in the last week of April. So you need to make good use in the first 3 weeks of April so as to compensate the last week of that a brief hit. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay. Now your desire will be, okay, I want to travel to that place of worship. I want to go to that place of worship. I want to go to that Guru to listen to that nice sermon. I want to listen to his words of wisdom. I want to go far away to that ashram, to that monastery. I want to go to the Gurudwara. See, name you can put to that place of worship, but your desire is to be there. That's a wonderful desire to have, isn't it? Wonderful desire. Now, caution, I've already told you that yes, if you listening and applying the words of wisdom of your Guru, then it's fine. Otherwise, there can be a big challenge. Your efforts may not produce productive results that third house conflict can actually impair your intelligence also. That can also happen. So just be cognizant. Now, what will be the pain area in April? That constant thought in your head 24/7, that's nothing but the home. Regardless of all these pursuits, recognition, intelligence, success, XYZ, home will be a challenge area for you. Despite all your efforts, this thing you're not able to manage properly, and that's why it will bother you as a pain area 24/7 in your thoughts all the time. Okay? And where will you focus? Amongst all these things, where will you focus? Your focus is nothing else but on the areas which are bringing you success. Because the more you get success, the more focus you will put into that, be it your communication, your self-effort, your inclination to travel. Those will be your focus areas. And yes, my recommendation to you would be, in the month of April, if you are willing to look for a change in your job, your career is not that progressing well, your business is not flourishing, I think this is a good time to start. As you see, a lot of things are working in your favor, specifically when Dhimanta Yoga is in your stride and you are getting recognition. I think it is time to reinitiate that network in workspace, job space, and business space, and make best possible use of the month of April so that you can reap the benefit in the times to come. So this is a good thumbs up from my side. Put all your energies, all your efforts, reactivate your engine, and then go for it. Yeah. Who will be your support system? That's important to know, right? So for you, the support system is going to be your friends who will be younger to you. Not elder friends, not friends who are elder to you in age, friends who are younger to you in age. When you feel low, or when you like to get some advice, a piece of word, when you want to discuss, share something, go to a friend who is of younger to you, age lower to you. You will really get good piece of word. You'll get good sense of understanding developed with that friend, because you know the compatibility is quite matching with that person, and he or she will not disappoint you. When you'll come back after having a discussion with your friend, you'll feel, okay, I'm back. My energy is back. I'm charged up. I can now get 10 steps further. That's the kind of feeling you will have. Good. Supporting days for you. So my friend, Capricorn friend, see, we are doing the analysis from Capricorn ascendant, and supportive days are really valuable information to know so that you can make best possible use of those days to get the best outcome of results. These are like showstoppers, icing on the cake for this entire analysis. Don't miss out on those and make best possible use. But where are those? So I'm currently covering ascendant. I started from Aries and I'm going to cover till Pisces. Once I'm done with Pisces, in the same video, I'll be covering supportive days for all the moon signs, because the timing aspect, I need to go to the Tithi, Var, and Nakshatra, etc. So moon will come into picture. So then you can use the timestamp and you can go to your moon Rashi and then can make best possible use of days supportive to you. And one more thing, Sadesati, you will be tempted to feel that I have not even mentioned about Sadesati. It has just finished for you. Guys, that Sadesati evaluation takes place from moon. I am currently covering ascendant. If you want to know the result of Sadesati for you, anyways, it has just passed from your moon sign, Capricorn moon sign. But there are different deep level of Sadesati, deep level of Kantakshani. So you can actually go and watch my video on Sadesati, put in before this video. And that was put in for next 2.5 years of analysis with Nakshatra and Pada. You can get visibility of good, favorable, and impact timing for you along with the impacted area. So you can go and check it out. All right, we are done with the Capricorn. So let's get into Aquarius ascendant. So I will be covering April month analysis for you in different categories. First such category is delightful. What are the activities going to unfold for you in the month of April which will make you feel delighted? So first delightful activity for you will be that, you are going to experience that wealth is flowing into you. There's no sudden stoppage of wealth. It is fine, reasonable. And you will actually get that kind of distinction that people will start treating you as an expert. Oh, this is an expert. This person is expert. And you will have very great oratory skills. You will be able to impress people with your oratory skills. Very, very powerful speaker, I'll call. Very powerful speech. You'll be able to influence people with your speech, right? And people will actually listen to you. Oh, he is speaking, she is speaking. Let us listen. What they're talking about. At least let us listen. They'll be bound to listen to your thoughts. And to that extent, in whatever field you are kind of getting into or doing the work, you will be counted as an expert in that area. So the month of April is going to come up to you in a very nice and friendly way. So welcome the month of April, my friends. The next thing is that the delightful thing is that you will get to learn a lot of things, right? Which is a very, very good thing, and which is nothing new for Aquarius, so to say. But the month of April will also not disappoint you. It will continue the kind of feeling, kind of learning you would be having so far. But the thing I'm going to say now is quite peculiar to you, that you're learning, you're teaching, actually your mother and her lineage will actually be very handy for you in this month of April in terms of upgrading your learning. That's quite surprising, yeah, but just experience and see how it works out for you. And you will also get a lot of opportunities to work from home, right? Because your focus is also at home front. So, and this will work in your favor. So you are going to get some good money with your efforts while working from home. You are able to earn some properties. So it's only month of April. But if you are planning to get into a new property, to upgrade your property, this is a good time. Thumbs up. If you do that, this property will be good to you. So that's how you need to interpret. Please be always cognizant of the fact that we are talking about the results for the month of April, right? So you need to tailor-made your judgment, your decision to that timelines. Okay. Now, the other delightful thing is that is also linked to kind of people's perception when they start considering you as an expert. So then your learning, your knowledge will actually get one level deeper. Then you will start delivering some speeches, start taking some sessions, and you will upgrade yourself. Like first we read a book, and then we get good grasp, good understanding of the book, and then we get into a situation when we can actually train somebody else in that book or in that topic. So likewise, first you will understand, and then within the same month, it will have the transition will take place very fast. You will be able to help others with your intelligence. So that's very, very nice. Okay. Now, caution, specifically in the daytime. Now, very, very peculiar, but that's how the Jyotish works. In the daytime, you feel that your thoughts which are bothering you actually is because of your partner. And in the daytime, yeah, somehow your partner is behaving extremely erratic, maybe disrespect, or extreme to the extent of even not even confrontation but abusing. Very grave, but yeah, things can happen that way. So that is an area which will bother you. Okay, and you'll not feel good about that, obviously, for obvious reason. So, and now my recommendation to that extent: if you are unmarried, right, or you are looking forward to get married, hold on. April is not a month for you to get married because the combinations are not such. They can be marriage muhurata. So that's the thing. So there can be a lot of marriage muhurat. Now, marriage muhurat is one thing. That is in general. But when we look at the marriage muhurat, it is important to also get that muhurat aligned with our horoscope. I don't have your horoscope. I am making this analysis in general for Aquarius ascendant. So if you're Aquarius ascendant and want to get married, you better get your individual horoscope aligned with the general marriage muhurat. But if you go by my advice in general, no, avoid. Don't get married in the month of April. Avoid that. Okay. Now, delightful thing for you. With the wealth you'll have, you will enjoy the material comfort in a nice way. All the luxuries of life, all the comfort you will have. That's a fantastic thing. April will not disappoint you. Knowledge, money, what more you want. Great things. Caution. So in specifically first half of April, you'll get into a situation where you will find yourself that, oh, there's a situation and I can get mingled with somebody else while you're not happy with your partner in the first place. And then with this kind of scenario, so there will be a likelihood that you get along with somebody else in a very, very nice and friendly way. Now the question is, how is the intent of that person? Is the intent nice? So the intent of that person is not that great. You know, your money, your financial status is behind that person's intent at some point in time. So as long as you are only dealing with that person at a level where you are interacting your thoughts, exchanging your ideas, fine. But if you are a bit serious, specifically if you're not married, and if you're serious, then you need to be more careful and gauge the intent. Let this go through a test, right? And wait for the right time and right person. Okay. Where will be your focus in the month of April? Your focus will be on making money and making your work to the next level. That will be in your focus area. Okay. And it is a very nice focus area. So my recommendation is you need to keep this focus area in your mind throughout, because this focus area will definitely help you in the long run, right? Things can change at any point in time. So if you're focused about something, that things still stay with us. What will be your pain area? I've already spoken about briefly once in terms of relationship, but yeah. So the other pain area which can cause obstruction will be in the area of communication. So you will experience that at different juncture, the way you are willing to communicate to people are perceiving it in a completely different way. And you will be feeling how it can happen. See, this happens when the situation unfolds, when the planetary combination is such. Sometimes we are not able to understand how, in what tone we are communicating. And sometimes we are not sure what words we are using, what connotation they can have on different people. So things happen. So that will be a pain area. And this miscommunication also includes your partner. That miscommunication will also be with your partner. So things are connected. And this thought will always be in your mind throughout 24/7 in this month. What is pain area number 2? Your second house is super active, as you know, because you have 5 planets sitting there. Sun will move on the 14th of April. And Saturn, Rahu are there, though they are your Lagna Lord in second house. Ideally, I should say, good for wealth. But second house is very super active. And the way they are meeting Saturn in getting into, will get into Pisces, and that Rahu is marching on to Saturn retrograde. Venus and Mercury are also marching on to Saturn. Saturn is feeling, oh my goodness, why these 3 planets are coming on to me? Why are they marching on to me? Are they attacking me? Feeling the environment is a very hostile kind of environment. So the second house is extremely super active. Hold on. I am not talking about Sadesati. Please. Sadesati impact can be evaluated for moon. Then I would have said, okay, if moon is in Aquarius, that I have already done. If you want to get to that impact, please go and watch my video on Sadesati. There I have explained in detail about moon in different houses, moon Rashi. So what impact you will have of Sadesati or Kantak Shani for various houses for the next 2.5 years to the level of different nakshatra and different padas with timelines and specific impact. Go and listen to that. But here we are focusing on ascendant. Second house is active, which is not a good thing. Now where can the problem come? The question is, in what way it will impact? Excuse me. You're going to feel the pain that hit in your work area. That's very peculiar. Why I'm saying this? I'm saying this. It will going to impact your work area. Okay. Now, what is your deep desire? Well, the deep desire, after going through that, see, when once go through the relationship problem, all problems one side. When you're not happy with your partner, or regardless of you're interacting with somebody else, that's quite temporary. Unless you really meet a nice person and then part ways with your partner and then take it forward to the next level. That's in a nice and decent way. Having multiple partners in one time, anyways, even God will not be in your favor that way. So once somebody goes through this relationship issue, then obviously the mind will try to find the better meaning of life. And that's where your deep desire is to find some solace in spirituality. You like to get in touch with some gurus, some spirituality, some meditation, that kind of zone you like to experience and explore into, but you're not finding time. That's the reason. It is desire. So even the lectures on astrology will soothe you. You'll feel nice and calm. That's a good thing. That's a nice, spending time in astrology is a very, very good and nice thing. Okay. Who will be your support system in the month of April? So your father is going to be your support system. If you're not around your father, you can talk. Or if your father is no more, unfortunately, then fatherly figure will be your support system. Supporting days, extremely vital days. Once you have the visibility of these days for the month of April, you can make tricky and important decisions on those days so that results can be in your favor, right? But the evaluation of those days can be made only from moon sign, not from ascendant. And currently we're talking about ascendant. So I have just covered Aquarius. Let me cover Pisces ascendant. And after that, in the same video, I'll be talking about supporting days for moon Rashi. So you can use the timestamp, go to your moon Rashi and get this fantastic visibility, which you can make good use for yourself. All right. So this was Aquarius ascendant. Coming to Pisces ascendant, the way I'm sharing the analysis for the month of April is in different categories. So first category is delightful. So how the April month will unfold events for you where you will feel delighted is under delightful categories. So the first such delightful thing for you is that, well, you will have a good time in terms of communication. I'm very well aware that Jupiter, your Lagna Lord, is in third house in Bharanasthan. Still, I'm saying that for a reason. Okay? And because communication gap can lead to a lot of conflicts and challenges. And if you do not have this kind of situation in the first place, that's half the battle done. Right? So, and why will that so? Because a couple of reasons. One primary reason will be, which is again a delightful thing for you, is because you will be putting in a lot of self-effort in ensuring that communication is understood properly. It happens properly. And that is the reason that you will ensure that there is no gaps. However, there is a caution. In the last week of April, there can be situation wherein you will feel that bridge is broken now. So just keep that thing in mind, that last week is a bit tricky to manage in terms of communication. The next delightful thing for Pisces ascendant people is that you will be a happy person in the month of April. Well, that's fine. Is that such a big thing to be called out specifically? Well, if you are happy, then that's about it. What else do you need? You need money, relationship, a status, all this power, position, authority to be happy. And if you are happy, you're happy. Well, if you're a happy person, so April month is welcoming you with open arms. Come, you be happy. Great thing. Thumbs up. So that will make your demeanor quite nice. You'll feel like singing songs. You'll feel like doing some poetry. Because, when you're very sad, gloomy, heartbroken, that is the time when poetry comes out of the person. Or if you're too happy about something or about yourself, then the poetry also comes through. You want to express your words or thoughts through words or gestures or writings. And you'll also be a romantic person because you express your romance also through poetry. So all in all, it is going to be a great month for you in terms of overall feeling about yourself. The other delightful thing is about wealth. You'll not feel the dearth of wealth. And that is partly because of your self-effort. See, I always tell Pisces people, you are self-made people, right? So because of that, you'll put in a lot of self-effort to generate, to earn money. And that's how you're going to get some money out of your own self-effort, own efforts. The other delightful thing is in the sphere of education. April is not going to disappoint you when it comes to getting learning or knowledge. So you put in your effort, put in your best foot forward, and you will have the capability to learn and get more education. However, first half of April is slightly tricky, but second half is definitely in your favor. So those who are studying, or those who are are tutors, or those who are enrolling into higher education courses, or those who are in corporate sectors but still like to get responsibility of learning something new coding, new projects. So whatever the case may be, this month will be in support of you, right? Next delightful thing for you is that in terms of properties and vehicle. So if you are willing to buy a property or vehicle, if you don't have a vehicle, or if you want to upgrade your vehicle, whatever the case may be, this is a good time to go for it. The property and the vehicle will not disappoint you. For example, how can vehicle disappoint? Well, if you get a vehicle in a good muhurat, if the time is auspicious, favoring you, then such vehicle generally do not cause problem to you. You do not find them to be stopping in middle of the road at night. The maintenance cost will be fine. They'll not trouble you with the service charges or parts problems. You understand? You will not be actually getting into a hospital because of the accident, etc. God forbids. Such situation will not come your way. So that is a good time to go for and buy a vehicle or also invest in a property. Now, other delightful thing for my Pisces friend is that, and that is something really cool. See, you will be a prosperous person. That is great. At the same time, you will be a charitable person. And that's really an icing on the cake, isn't it? So when you are self-sufficient, that is the time to be helpful for somebody else. Like be a helping hand to the society. That's great initiative. Fantastic. Thumbs up. And for you, the tools are quite important. For example, if you are a musician, your instruments can be your tool. If you are a soccer player, soccer or your feet can be your tool. If you are an astrologer or a person who is into education tutorial field, then your thought, then your writing, your pen or your words can be your tools. Oh, the tools, the scope of tool is really wide. And the month of April is going to help you to ensure that your tools are in support of you. They do not disobey you. They do not trouble you. When you are needing your tool the most, they will not trouble you. So that's a great thing to have in your stride. Yeah. My recommendation to you, okay, please pay a lot of attention to the planning. Anyways, you plan well, but planning in April is really perennial because a lot of things are linked to your planning. If you plan well, I think you are able to achieve what you should achieve and what you intend to achieve in a nice way, in a quite nice way. Now, a recommendation. See, Pisces, Lagna, and you know the entire thing which is happening is in Pisces. 5 planets, Sun till first half of April, and when Sun goes out, Moon will touch for 2 days in last week of April. 5 planets. Then first 3 days, Mars has a Rashi Drishti. Ketu is anyways 1/7 axis. So Pisces is highly active. So when your Lagna is highly active, so the first thing it will do, it will make you restless. Absolutely restless. Hey, but I'm contradicting myself. I just mentioned you'll be happy with yourself. I'm saying it will make you restless. It will make you restless. That is my recommendation. First thing you have to do, please avoid multitasking. This month is not for you to do multitasking. Because once you are restless anyways, and if you are devoting your energies in 2-3 different areas, not doing justice to all the areas. So at that point in time, you need to apply some recommendation and then you will feel happy. Do not do multitasking, one thing at a time. That is important. Second thing, do not take any decision in haste. In hurry, okay, I'll do this. This looks fine. Go and buy it. Please think twice. No. Thrice. No. 4 times. Oh, come on. Think 5 times. 5 times before the 5 planets, right? I'm not saying 6 or 7 times, at least. Think 5 times. You think of deciding something, let's say now. One time, you decided, note it down on a piece of paper. At night, you're sleeping, think again. Think about the decision. Next day, think again. Those 5 times should actually let you pass through 2-3 days. Then you take that major decision. I'm not talking about small decision. Any major decision, think 5 times. Do not do multitasking. And then things will be controlled. And then you feel that happiness. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, that Shraddha Yoga, that affliction, you can imagine it can actually put you in self-doubt. It can put you in doubt. Okay, I lack this intellect. I'm not capable enough to make the decision. And also it can cause that caution. The caution is that, yes, this can also cause health issues. So please maintain your fitness regime, yoga, workout, whatever you like. Put a really good focus on your health in this time, in the month of April. Because after April, things will flow out. Mercury is in a fast pace moving out. Sun will anyways move in April itself. Mercury is next to follow. Venus is next to follow. So Rahu is again going into Aquarius. So only Saturn will be there. Things will calm down dramatically. The Saturn being there is not, only Saturn will be there. Saturn is still Maran Karaka in Pisces Lagna. So the energy flow is not very optimistic. It will be pessimistic. It will try to push you down. That's where, with your enhanced focus and with your repetitive questioning of your decision, is going to help you. Please. All right. Now, pain area. What will be your pain area? One thing which will be in your mind throughout, constantly, is your family. Somehow you are feeling something is missing. Some network that connect is not there. For some reason, some dots are missing. That thought will be bothering you. Okay. And what's your desire, deep desire? Well, that desire for you is the non-compatibility with your partner. So, but that is a pain. I am calling it a desire. So, because you're a Pisces person, your thought is like, I want to work, make this work. This should work. So it is your desire that you want to fix that. So that's see the difference in perception and perspective. Please follow that. Where is your focus? Well, your focus is basically on your work to flourish. See, when your relationship is not that great, you're feeling some issues. So that's the other area, fort and axis kind of thing. So you will focus on your work to flourish, and it is a good time. April is anyways good for you. So good. You can put efforts and let it flow how it goes. It is a good time specifically for business. If you are in business, good time to set the platform. For job, it is kind of average and ordinary time, average. But yeah, for business, it is great. Okay. Support system. Who will be your support system? Elderly people who can first place listen to you. They have the patience to listen to you. And second, who has that experience of life to share something with you, which you can use to your advantage. So whenever you feel down, a bit demoralized, depressed, so to say, please find out elderly people whom you can trust, who are closer by to you. Discuss with them, spend some time with them, listen to their problems, help them, get help and perspective from them, and get yourself rejuvenated. That's how life is all about. Supporting days. So supporting days, very, very important days. I'm going to start about supporting days after, I was about to start after Pisces ascendant, which is the ascendant. I'm going to finish soon. And because this analysis of supporting days will not be from the ascendant, but from the moon. So in a minute or two, I'll be talking about that, and which you can make advantage of, because once you have the visibility, you can actually decide when to do what. I mean, not what are the important activities. All the important activities can be done on what or which days, that you can decide. Okay. And Sadesati I did not touch upon, because I'm not making the video from moon. Sadesati can be evaluated from moon. I am making the analysis from ascendant. So if you want to make use of the learning of Sadesati, please go and watch my earlier video, which was quite detailed from moon sign. Check out your moon sign and find the dates for the next 2.5 years, along with the specific area of affliction or protection. So that can be helpful for you. Now, so this is the time, my friends. We are getting into an area where we'll witness Jyotish marvel. Is it going to be a very big surprise? No, it is basic, simple thing. Do people know about it? Of course. Do people make use of it? Rarely. But why is that so? Because, one, it is too fundamental and basic in nature, and people like to make life complicated. If it is very simple, they'll say, okay, everybody knows about it, very simple. Let's give it a pass. Second, it requires lot of efforts. Even for an astrologer to do this calculation for himself or herself, it will take hours. So, I mean, it is difficult to find out so much of time even for oneself, But what I'm going to share with you, I have been consistent in making research and applying it on hundreds of horoscopes. Simple understanding, basic techniques. The credit, if you feel it is useful to you, the credit for all the blessings goes to my Guruji, Pandit Sanjay Raji, right? And if you want to learn more about such techniques like Panchanga, I'm going to use Tithi, Var, we'll be looking at Nakshatra, such things. Please say thanks to Vishnu Larsanji, my Guru, and go and watch his lectures on YouTube on Panchanga. You will realize what Jyotish is. That's the real Jyotish. And at some point in time, I'll invite Vishnuji to this channel. I hope he'll find out some time. So I mean, I just love him. He's great. So this is how I'm going to present. And please do not take it for granted. It is not something which I've copied pasted from any internet site. Put in a lot of efforts, right? And I'm sharing for general benefit of people, right? So how you can make use of. So I'll be sharing it for different moon sign. And not only moon sign, I'll get into the nakshatra. Like for Ashwini nakshatra, what are the favorable days? Excuse me. I'm not going to use the word favorable. Because when God made this world, He made it with a purpose. How can I say that specific day or time is not favorable? Made by God Almighty. So every time is favorable. It is about which time or what day is supporting us at a natural nature level, which is at what time we are in frequency, right frequency with the nature. That's what we intend to know. So I should use the word which days are supportive to us and which days are avoidable. So the days which are supportive to us, if we take some decisions, make some actions, do some activities during that period, there are highly likelihood that results will be favorable to us or positive to us, right? That's the intent I'm carrying behind this analysis, right? Okay, so in what kind of areas can we make use of these supporting days? Let's say you want to buy a property, okay, and you know that April month is good for you to buy a property. So these are the days. If you close the deal on these supporting days, the property will be good to you, right? Okay, let's say you want to initiate your study in a subject, right? And you know April is supporting you in the first place. And then if you start your study on those auspicious days, in one of those supporting days, apologies, then obviously the result should be in your favor. Okay, you want to open a shop, right? Obviously you can find specific muhurat for open a shop, that's okay. But if you don't have a muhurat handy, then you can make use of these supporting days. At a personal level, you want to get into a relationship, you want to propose to somebody. These are the supporting days. So intent is right, days are supporting, you want to take it to the next level of relationship, fantastic, go and propose. Highly likelihood that result should be in your favor. Now don't hold me accountable if things do not work out for you in any of activities. So see, try to understand, we are trying to find out supporting days. It doesn't mean success will be there absolutely 100%. That's not possible, that's not life. You understand my meaning? So but as long as we are aware about the days where the natural frequency of our moon sign is in sync with the nature, then there's highly likelihood that things will work out favorably for us. All right, so let's begin with, if your moon is in Ashwini Nakshatra, if your moon is in Aries sign, Ashwini Nakshatra, okay, so the days which are favorable to you, 8th of April, 9th of April, 16th of April, 8, 9 and 16. And the days which you should avoid, 1st April, 3rd April, 5th April, 1, 3 and 5. Choices are not many, right? Life is not easy. Yeah. Okay, if your moon is in Aries and nakshatra is Bharni, then supporting days, 1, 9, 8 and 19. Basically 1, 8, 9 and 19 April. And date which you should avoid, 2nd April, 4th April and 6th April. Please avoid. If your moon is in Kritika Nakshatra, whether your moon is in Aries or Taurus, okay, if it is in Kritika Nakshatra, then the dates which are supporting to you, 1st, 2nd, 6th, 9th, 28th, okay. Days to avoid, 3, 5, 7. It is easy to understand. If I use like, instead of 3rd, if I say 3, this is more easy to understand. 3, 5 and 7. For Rohini Nakshatra, days supporting us, 10, 22, 28 and 29. All right. Days which should avoid, 4, 6 and 8. 4, 6, 8. Okay. Mrigashira Nakshatra. If your moon is in Mrigashira Nakshatra, supporting days, 2, 11, 13, 22nd, 29th of April. Okay. Days to avoid, 10, 5, 9 and 7. Okay. Now, for moon in Punarvasu Nakshatra, be it in Gemini or Cancer, days support us, 6, 13, 15 and 24th. All right. Days to avoid is 11, 12, 10 and 9. Okay. Now, if your moon is in Pushya Nakshatra, days which support us, 4th, 25th and 17th. Okay. Days to avoid, 8, 10th, 11th of April, 13th of April. Now, if your moon is in Ashlesha Nakshatra, days which support, 6th April, 25th April, 26th April. Days to avoid is 9 to 12, and then 14th, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 14. If your moon is in Magha Nakshatra, days support us 8, 16, 19. Okay. Days to avoid 10, 11, 13 and 15th of April. If your moon is in Purv Falguni Nakshatra, days which support you 1st of April, 9th of April, 19th of April and 20th of April. Days to avoid 12, 14 and 16. Okay. Now, if your moon is in Uttar Falguni Nakshatra, days which support you 1st, 2nd, 6th and 10th. Days to avoid 13, 15, 17. If your moon is in Hasta Nakshatra, days which support you 2, 10, 28 and 29. Days to avoid 14, 16 and 19. If your moon is in Chitra Nakshatra, days which support you 3, 6, 13, 22, which is 22nd April. Days to avoid 15th, 17th, 19th and 20th. If your moon is in Swati Nakshatra, days which support you 3rd, 4th and 12th. Days to avoid 19, 20 and 21st. If your moon is in Vishakha Nakshatra, days which support you is 6th, 13th, 14th and 15th. And days to avoid 19th, 21st, 22nd. If you are in Anuradha Nakshatra, your moon is in Anuradha Nakshatra, days which support you 17th, 25th and 16th. Days to avoid 18th, 21st, 23rd. If your moon is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, days which support you 6th, 25th and 26th. Days to avoid 20th and 24th. If your moon is in Mula Nakshatra, days which support you 8, 9, 19. Days to avoid 21st, 23rd, 24th. If your moon is in Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, days which support you 1st, 9th, 1, 9, 19th and 27th. Days to avoid 21st, 24th, 25th. If your moon is in Uttar Ashadha Nakshatra, days which support you 6th, 10th, 28th and 29th. Days to avoid 23rd and 26th. If your moon is in Shravana Nakshatra, days which support you 1st, 22nd, 28th and 29th. Days to avoid 23rd and 24th. If your moon is in Dhanishta Nakshatra, days which support you 6th, 13th, 22nd, 29th. Days to avoid 26th. If your moon is in Satabhisha Nakshatra, days which support you 3rd, 4th, 12th. Days to avoid 27th and 29th. If your moon is in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, days which support you 6th, 14th, 15th and 24th. Days to avoid 26th of April. If your moon is in Uttar Bhadrapada Nakshatra, days which support you 4th, 5th, 17th and 25th. Days to avoid 1st and 29th. If your moon is in Revati Nakshatra, days which support you 6th, 25th and 26th. Days to avoid 28th and 30th of April. So I wish this works out well for all of us, and I'll see you soon with some another video. So till then, Om Namah Shivaya.